Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully that you're having a good morning. Welcome to Sunday morning wake up sprints. I think I'm still waking up. That is for sure. I'm trying to get a little vitamin C. I got some green tea, but I think allergies are getting to me today. So just trying to wake up. Hope everyone's doing well. I feel like I haven't been sprinting much lately. I've been working. Um, I had a trip last week. I have a trip this upcoming week. I work. Just a big ball of different things going on. But you know what? Your girl made it here today, and I'm happy about that. So that's good. And y'all did too. So let's see what's going on here. So we have Vanessa. Good morning, lady. How are you doing today? Hey, Miss Floss, what's going on? Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for coming. Vanessa's at the office today. Oh, excuse me. See, allergies. Oh my gosh. Hold on a sec. Oh my gosh. Whew. Oh my gosh, y'all. These allergies are already on point. Whew. It's supposed to rain outside today too, which is why we're inside. Because I like to be outside when the weather's nice and it's warm. But whew, I think it's kind of stirred up some stuff because I just feel it like all up in here, y'all. Whew. Oh, bear with me if I got allergy ridden skills today. Oh my God. Whew. Anyway, let's backtrack. Vanessa's in the office today because a patient decided to come and ruin her Sunday. Well, I am sorry to hear that. I have definitely had that when people have decided to call out and mess up a day that I was supposed to be off. So hopefully it goes quickly, okay, for you. Hello, Storm. Definitely a struggle to wake up. Yes. Oh my gosh. I feel so tired. I had some Chinese food yesterday and I went to bed like, I don't know, 11:30, but I was just exhausted. Whew, still am. Hey, Ulysses. Hey, how you doing today? What's going on? Hello, lovely Jaleesa. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you, thank you. Whew, hopefully I don't start a little trend with myself today of sneezing. Thank you very much. Oh, so what do y'all have going on for the past week? I'm just trying to find the link for this sprint so I can send it to my mother. I be forgetting because I feel like I haven't been on much lately. I've been watching like videos and stuff, but I really haven't done too much things on like my channel. But I say that, but I had a video post yesterday. If y'all want to check it out. Okay, where is my mom's link? Just goes to show you. The only time I message my mom is for the sprint link. And otherwise, she doesn't text. So it was very far down to say the last time I sent her one. So, all right, there we go. Sent. I'll call her on the first sprint because she's behind. So I know she is definitely not up at this point. Vanessa says, I'm beyond tired today, so this is fun. Exactly, right? Exactly. Is that one of those things when the therapists are sitting back and you talking and they're like, yep. And do you face your clients or is it like, on television where you sit behind them off to the side and they're just staring up in a chair or a chase or something? I've been to one or two and, they sat like right across from me. It wasn't like one of those lay down sessions. Sometimes I think TV's full of crap, but you tell me, everybody's different. I got a cutie orange, by the way, in case y'all wondering. I'm trying to get my vitamin C. I hope you feel better. Yeah, I hope so too. I'm not like sick. I don't feel sick. I just feel allergies. Just like mainly up in the nose area. You know how you have that pressure? I kind of feel that like right up here and right here. But I think a warm cup of tea generally helps me. We'll see. We'll see. It's early yet. You know how you wake up? You gotta get the cold out your eyes and get the stuff out your lungs. that type thing. Oh, hello, Lachette. How are you doing, lovely lady? What's going on? Alexis is tired but decided to stay awake. I understand that. I tried to do that yesterday listening to a book. I did. It did not work. I understand. I don't do therapy. I do psych eval. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were a therapist where you sat and listened to patients. Okay, so you're evaluating their mentalities. All right, I get you. Still listening to people, right? So that's always good. It's nice to have people that listen to you. But you probably write up reports about them to give to other people to make therapeutic decisions about care. So have to be directly involved. Yeah. So is it just you or are other people involved in that as well? Jaleesa says, went to bed too late this morning. This morning. Operative word, right? I think I congested because I took my shower late and the AC was on me. Yep. That will do it. You got to watch out for getting wet and then all of that cold air kind of blowing directly at you. Whenever I have stuff like blowing at my face, I have issues. Like I sleep with a fan because I just, I get hot off and on and stuff. But I try to angle it towards like here down because anything like right here, oh my God, I'm just setting myself up for sickness. But I need that fan on my body, I find that it doesn't adversely affect me as long as it's not blowing in my face. I think when it blows in your face, you're drying up secretions and stuff like that. And I think they just get dry and just kind of stick to your mucosas. And then you have, issues. Let's see. I keep listening to. I'll be using the first sprint to get this life together. I understand that. I agree. I am trying to do the same thing. I do sit across from them. Okay. All right. There we go. It's nice for people to look you in the eye or see you, but it's also kind of intimidating to, tell people all your business and you're sitting right in front of them, especially when they're a complete stranger. I know people that clam up when it comes to things like that. Oh, y'all. So this is the last day of Pride Month. So I feel like I haven't been wearing my little things lately. So there we go. Actually, last day. So I'm going to support both ways. There we go. We're going to put them both on. Bam. Okay. Let's see. I know the feeling, Courtney, the bane of my existence. Girl. Girl. Half of my job is assessment, the other half is writing reports. Oh my gosh. I understand, girl. I'm in healthcare, not in the same field, but still healthcare. And yes, you have clinical time and then you have writing up everything you did. The more you did, the more you got to spend time writing. It's good when you have programs where you can kind of click around and do different things. That's always nice. But I see the doctors with their little dictation reports. They must teach them in medical school how to dictate and write that down. But a lot of times they're, talking into their little camcorder and whoever gets it, I guess, writes the reports. I'm not sure. But that's always interesting. Vanessa says, other people at my practice do what I do, but I'm the only one crazy enough to work on the weekend. But working on the weekend frees up the weekdays. As someone, y'all know I disappear on weekends quite often. week I tend to work a lot of weekends, and for one, weekends does my hold up. Do I get paid extra on my weekends? I don't think I get paid extra on my weekends. We have like day and night, but at my other job, you got paid extra to working on weekends. There were differentials and things like that. I don't think we have that here, but um, I like weekends because you don't have management around. So you can just do your job and sit down. I like that. I hate having to deal with the bureaucracy and the office politics, not just your office. Like healthcare is weird when I say office, but think of it as different departments. So it's one thing dealing with my department politics, having to navigate, which you do a lot more, other departments politics, specifically nursing, because they like to get involved in everybody's business. I don't have to really deal with them. On the weekends, I do my job and I don't hide, but I get out of the area. I have a cup of tea, I bring my book, I chill, if it's not busy, which lately it's been busy. So everybody and everybody's thing. So we don't really have that luxury. But I'm just saying I like weekends because it's just do your stuff and get out, During the weekdays, you have like the health department wants to come and do an inspection and ask you questions you don't know the answer to. Your bosses are constantly emailing you about being compliant with this. It's like, I don't care about that. Oh, yeah, it's craziness. But, when people decide they want to bring a toddler to a hospital that is not a baby hospital and have them code on the table, that can happen any part of the day. But that crap happened on the weekend when we have low staff. That is not okay. But you know what? We did what we needed to do, and that baby is, I hope, is good to go. But yeah, interesting. Mm-mm-mm. So yes, Vanessa, healthcare keeps you on your toes, okay? Lachette says, same Courtney, fan keeps me from being sweaty. Yes, got to get it everywhere, right? I think it does dry off your tissues, so the body tries to compensate by producing extra mucus. I get the same in the winter with the dry heat. Exactly. And that is why it's important to hydrate, because your body senses it's dry, and so it delivers more moisture to the tissues, but you still have all that dried up mucus on the tissues too, and your body's trying to expel it. That's why sometimes when you just feel like something's like stuck, there's probably dried mucus up in there. But drink a lot of water because your body needs it. You don't want to get like dehydrated and stuff like that. And also that helps. The extra water helps to thin out your mucus as well. So it helps all in the long run. Hydration is a very, very key component. Like Lizzo says, water me, okay? Do it all the time. Vanessa says, yes, Courtney, I'm hoping I'm only here for like 4 hours today. But you never know with patients. I just have to go at their pace. That is true. That is true. When people need help, especially in a medical setting, time does not matter at all, okay? So you go in for what you think is going to be 30 minutes and it's like 3 hours. That's what I tell my patients when I get called from one part of the hospital to another when I'm in the middle of something with them. I'll be like, hey, look, I got called away. I'm going to tell the nurse down the hall to check up on you because I could be gone for 10 minutes or I may be gone for 3 hours. You never know. Either way, I'm coming back. I just don't know when. I'll see you later. I say it all the time. All the time. I'll see you later. Just don't know when. Okay, well, you will see me. Believe you me. Jaleesa says, my sister is a therapist and a licensed clinical professional, and sitting in front of people can be unnerving, especially when they don't blink. She prefers virtual. When you're in the room by yourself and we all have our challenges in life, okay? I try not to be too judgmental, but I think it's human nature to be judgmental. I'm not going to lie. I am very much a realist. It is unnerving, when you have patients, when you're in the psych arena, because people are unpredictable, you want to be safe. My sister is also a clinical professional. I think she's working on her PhD, or does she have it? I know she got the master's. Anyway, but she does all that stuff. She does virtual. She's worked in school. She's worked in like clinical, like residential settings, a little bit of everything, and have dealt with some interesting cases. She's told me a little bit about some of what she's dealt with. And I'm like, wow. People, I will tell you this, and I don't know all the details, but I'll say this: those formative years of people's lives with mom and dad absence of, or mom and dad did a bad job. I mean, there's one thing doing a mediocre job. There's another thing when mom and dad were just horrible, like did everything wrong. Okay, you think those people don't exist, and these things we see on TV and these bad movies, that stuff is real. Okay, and my sister has told me some cases of people that I'm surprised they were able to make it to adulthood, that's standing in front of us today, and they have to navigate life, and you're trying to provide clinical services with somebody that has been kind of screwed up, is not a very nice term, but altered mentally since the day they was born, and all the people that they've ever trusted in their life that were supposed to give them the guidance and make them into the good beings they are, failed in every capacity and did the exact opposite of what they should have done, knowingly. Or maybe they didn't have the tools either, I don't know. But to try to help someone like that and be optimistic is heartbreaking. I don't see how some people do it, to see things like that on a daily basis. To me, it's almost like when you're working in the NICU, right? I couldn't do it. But you work in the NICU, you think that everybody, NICU, by the way, is neonatal ICU, right? So you would probably think that every baby, because every baby you see is sick, right? You think that every baby is born is sick, but that's not the case. It's just what your norm is, that's kind of how I think sometimes people get. Like, my sister gets into counseling mode a lot, and I'm like, I'm here for sister girl chat. We're not trying to counsel, sometimes you got to take a step back. But yeah, it's heartbreaking and kind of scary. So yes, being in the same room by yourself, But Jaleesa, you said your husband works in like a mental health ward, so I'm sure he has seen some stuff. I occasionally go into the mental health ward at my hospital, and yeah, I'm on guard. I'm not gonna lie, because I have seen some of those unblinking patients that decided to follow me. I smile and I keep my back the other direction. I prefer virtual to Jaleesa. Actually, I prefer not to work, but still want the money. Facts. Okay, I think we're all in agreement on that one. Okay, let's see how to make that happen. I'm a sharer. If I discover the formula, I'm gonna let y'all know. Okay. Jaleesa, listen. When are we retiring? You ain't said nothing but a word. I would love to retire early, but I don't know. Ugh, that's a whole nother ball game. What is early these days? Is retirement 65? Is it 67? I hear they're trying to make it 69. I have no idea what retirement is. I feel like by the time I get 60, I'm not going to be able to walk. So I don't know what the hell's going on. We shall see. I just need a good benefactor, okay? Good benefactor. What is it Jigger kept saying? Finding an old man with a check. Oh, man. Oh, I have some ideas, y'all. Jaleesa says, work till you die equals living in America. Yeah. That's what I want, to lower my cost of living so that I could potentially, I don't know. I try not to think about retirement. I just try to keep myself healthy so I can work. But I'd like to lower my cost of living so my overhead isn't so high, so I could save money. And that way you don't have to work so hard. Like, it's nice and fortunate to be in a 2-household income. I hope that is always the case. So I think that eases the burden. But we stay in New Jersey. It's a high cost of living just on a monthly basis. Like the amount of money that we pay in mortgage is the amount of money my sister brings in for the whole month. You know, and I'm just like, but her cost of living is low. Like her mortgage is like a fraction of mine. And I'm just like, dang. So our paycheck is higher, believe you me, but we that those dollars be going out. Okay. I keep a little spreadsheet of expenses because I like to know where my money goes. Like I don't mind spending it to a certain extent, but I need to know where it goes and make sure that when it gets doled out, it was worth, you know. I quit everything to walking around the hospital. Was that worth my knees that day? You know, that type thing. Hey, just a person. How are you doing? What should I call you? Just a person or just a person? Let me know. Welcome to the chat, by the way. Jaleesa says, my sister is working on her PhD too. I don't know what she's going to do with it. She has stories for days. My mouth be open. Yeah. Oof. Sometimes you gotta like detox from these stories that you hear. Like that's why I tell my sisters sometimes, I'm like, just relax. Like we're not discussing like I'm if I call you with a problem because I'm pissed at something, I don't need you to like take it apart and analyze that. Like I didn't call for that. I want you to shoot the bull, be like, that's some bullish, just like I said. Like, you know, you have enough on your plate, you know, with some of those things. I think that's why she keeps switching jobs because my sister and her husband were both in the military. They're both retired. So, and then they now both work full-time jobs. So I think that's the reason why my sister kept going back to school because she didn't like need the money. Her bills were paid. You know, I don't even know why she works full-time now. I would get a little cush part-time job, you know, but I say every 6 to 8 months, she goes to another position because she doesn't like, you know, some of the positions she's found. But it's not like she's like, oh, where my next paycheck come from? They got 4 checks in that house. 2 of them they don't need. You know what I'm saying? So she's like, I'm trying to find where I fit in, you know. So I'm like, okay, have at it. But it offers a lot of experience, you know. But in that social work type field or whatever, you know, it's a lot of there's some challenges. It's not just the patient populations, it's navigating the bureaucracy, you know. And she's from Texas, so she's also dealt with that R word a lot too, because the fine she's finding, which I could have told her this, but she just validated it, that there's a what they call it, disparagement in who the services are provided to compared to who are providing the services. So it just she runs into challenges in all different aspects. So beach bookworm, hello, hello, hello. How are you doing today, Miss Lady? I think I saw you on Sprints the other day. Hello, Miss Floss says you inspire me to do better with my money. I think I'll try doing a spreadsheet, but I'll be shocked with the results. That is true. That is true. When I started doing the spreadsheet, I was kind of shocked with where my money went. I mean, I think you kind of already know your spending habits, but when you put that to paper, you'd be like, ooh, excuse me. But you really do be like, ooh, okay, yeah, that's not good. You know, while you actually put that number. I mean, I like to be in the positive at the end of every month because I put down the expenses, then I put down how much money I brought in, and then I tabulate those expenses and deduct. So my goal is ultimate goal at the end of the month is to be in a positive versus a negative number. And I would like it to be as high as positive as possible, because that positive over time is, of course, how you save money, right? But and you can always have a negative month that like negates the entire year. You know, like I got to put a roof on my house. That's going to take up all the savings I had for the entire year. You know, things like that. But yeah, it can be daunting. I started my little spreadsheet. I couldn't find one that I liked when I was just doing a Google search that was printable. So I just made like a little Excel spreadsheet and just kind of put my columns and stuff. And I have one sheet for the whole year that I write things down. It's not exact. Like I don't nickel and dime everything, but but I spent a lot of money on food back in the day. I started this spreadsheet like I don't know 12 years ago, and I had one per year. But food, your girl loves to eat out. Don't get into debt over eating out. I will tell you that because I know some people that have done that. I refuse to be that girl. I can eat some ramen noodles at home or cook some food. um, Jaleesa says, "Can I hold some money from your sister? 4 paychecks. We haven't had that in a while." I know, right? I'm telling you. While I will say, and all the bull that I've done within the military, it was still one of the best decisions I ever made for my life. But I am definitely not getting her paychecks for sure. Because they're both retired, like active duty medical retired. I don't have that. So, I have a reserve retirement. I was in the reserve. I did a mixture of active and reserve. So I get my check when I reach retirement age. They're getting that stuff now. So that must be nice. That's why they keep buying a bunch of stuff they don't need. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe they don't have any money since they keep buying so much stuff. I don't know. But still, it's nice. Disparity. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. See, I don't know all the words. I just be Vanessa says, "I don't want to be faced with the reality of how much I spend on books." That can definitely be a challenge, okay? Because, we're all booktube. There's a consumerism aspect to it for sure. I will say, at least with me, I won't have that. Because, I use my library a lot. So, but I spend money on a bunch of other stuff. I think that if I got into buying books, we would really have a problem. So I'm glad I didn't get into that. But I feel like if that's what you enjoy, there is nothing wrong with that. I will say, if the credit card bill is creeping up there and you notice that books are the culprit, stop. But if that is what you enjoy, there's nothing wrong with that. You're not hurting nobody, And I want to know what books you read and what you bought. So, Hall. My sister is big into I don't know if she's done anything in the last few months, but my sister is huge into movies, like DVDs. Oh my gosh. She has like an entire library of probably like over 1,000 movies that she bought. Like that was her thing for years. She'd get a paycheck, she'd buy like 5 movies. I don't know what she does with them now, but she still has that big old shelf. Anything you can think of, just go to that wall. I'm doing sprints the other day. I'm doing great. Awesome, awesome, awesome. You get to go to the beach too. I like that a lot. I think I saw another video of yours that I think you were on the beach. I don't think you were talking about a book. You're just showing us the beach area. Lovely, lovely. I wouldn't mind going also. Uh-oh, my dog is awake. I'm with you, Vanessa. Spending money on books. Hey, you know what? If that makes you happy, you're not hurting anybody. You're not hurting anybody, okay? And what you're doing is also giving us lovely people as well some recommendations, so we can go try to find them too. Jaleesa says, "I used to do a spreadsheet for my spending habits, but my avoidant tendencies pop up and I check my balance as the month goes on. I did it for 6 years. That's long enough to know my habits." True. That's true. I agree. See, I was going to quit that spreadsheet and then, see, that's the thing. I like to just kind of know where everything stands. I don't have to do it each and every month. And I share expenses with somebody else. So to me, not to say I'm checking up, but I like to make sure, because my husband tends to be wild in the spending department. He has gotten better over the years. But sharing money is a newer aspect for both of us. And I'm a little bit more tame when it comes to it with him. He's like, "Oh, I got the money I work for, let me spend it." Yeah, but how much stuff do you have? Like, we've been decluttering this house for the last few weeks, and man, y'all, we don't need all this stuff. We don't. And we're trying to downsize. How this move is happening, I don't know. I'm disappointed in that aspect. But I'm just saying the amount of things we have gotten out of this house and we have not missed a beat yet is utterly ridiculous and disgusting. I'm like, I would much rather take a trip than spend a bunch of money on some other excess things that I don't need, that I don't value. So that's part of the thing of us trying to figure out where our money is, And like generally I'll write down the expenses as they go, but I could go like 3-4 months without really like tabulating up that sheet. And then I'll sit down and do it. And then sometimes also you can catch some discrepancies like on your credit card bill, because I itemize that too. Like it's not like a nickel and dime for each and every expense, but it's basically kind of big charges. Like, hey, did I do this? Did I do that? So just things you miss. It just, I don't know, it makes me feel comfortable, because I definitely can't balance a checkbook. That never goes right. Student, that too. Let's not talk about that. We're just gonna call that SL, okay? No, don't do it. Y'all, it's horrible. Yes. See, I didn't incur any student loans when I went to school, because like I said, military, great experience as far as we're paying for all that. However, my husband had some SLs that we had to pay off. So that was another thing of, I wanted us to be on good financial footing. It makes no sense if you make good money if you're not taking advantage of that. And part of that is getting out of any debt that you have. And that was one of my priorities, because like I say, he's not good with money. He sees a dime, he spends a dime, but you have all these debts out there. His debts are my debt. When you get married, you start sharing them suckers. So that was one of my first things when we got married. I kind of put us on I wouldn't say it was a budget, but it was a goal. Oh, we're going to pay off debts that you have. I considered SL's our debt. All that other bull that you were doing is your debt. And I separated it from that, because we started sharing money, but we also kept a certain amount for ourselves. Okay. He makes more money, so I allotted for, that sounds so bad. I don't mean it that way, but I'm saying that he kept more money, because personal wise, because he, made that. And that's fine. I had no issues with that. It's just that what he allocated that stuff for is a whole nother ball game. He's in a different place, better place than where he was then now. But anyway, but it took us a few years, but we got rid of the SL. So that's at least positive right there. But yeah, it kind of sucks to have to pay those off when, didn't incur them yourselves. But, I feel like they're a joint expense because they go into the work that he does. So that's why I didn't mind taking them on, the things you got to do, girls. We're going to be going to a sprint shortly, by the way. Let me know what y'all are going to be reading. I have a 45 queued up. Lachette says, listen with the streaming services are getting out of hand. She's the smart one. Hold up. Listen with the streaming services getting out of hand. She's the smart one. Is that are you saying, I guess I'm confused. I don't think you're talking about me, but yeah, watch out for the streaming services. They can get expensive too. Do the free ones, right? Floss says, when you buy things and take care of them, though, through the years, you end up with too much stuff. That's true. If you value them throughout the years and continue to use them, I'm all about that. I don't like when people spend a lot of money on something, don't value it, and then just replace it shortly after. And then the thing that you bought, just the previous thing, just sits there. That was the issue that I was having, like, okay, like to me, when I buy stuff, it's not expensive. Okay. When my husband buys stuff, it is expensive. He has expensive taste, electronics, things like that. You buy something, it's not the best. Something else came out, or maybe you just got wind of something else, like not even 5, 4, whatever weeks later. And so you go buy something new. And it's like, nah, Same thing with TV. Every 3, 4 years, he wants to buy a whole another TV. Meanwhile, the TV you just spent freaking $2,000 on is sitting on the floor. I'm looking at the TV right now on the floor, and it's like, this one's old, but it still works. But I'm like, can you sell this? Get rid of it. It's not being used. Like, it's literally sitting here. We're not going to use it. I don't even care if you make $50 on it, because he's like, oh, technology is, yeah, but there's some people that probably don't have this nice little flat screen TV at their house. It's motivation. Some people have it, some people don't. So, and I have a low amount. Cost of living, though, makes it impossible. Yeah. Yes. Your money has to keep up, like your income has to keep up with the cost of living, and that definitely does not happen. I'm learning that when it comes to us trying to plan a move, and I'm like, is this gonna not happen? I don't know. But yeah, it's difficult to pay back some student loans, like in complete full. I think if we didn't have a dual income, I don't think we would have been able to do that. That's true. Yep. I agree. Courtney, your household sounds like my household. I'm your husband. Oh, that makes it a challenge. You are a challenge, but that don't mean you can't overcome. I'm reading book 1 in Ellie Alexander's cozy mystery book series, The Body in the Bookstore. Ooh, that sounds fun. Okay. I love a good bookstore mystery there. Okay. Storm's going to be reading Bookshops and Bone Dust. Oh, okay. You got the sequel to, why is that drawing a blank for me? Oh my God, the one with the orc. Oh, what Legends and Lattes. Okay. I haven't read the first one. I'm reluctant. I hear it's like a lot of cozy, but I heard it was fun. Lachette is using a spreadsheet every once in a while. Is usually enough to be mindful. That's true. I think just writing it down and seeing it, I think definitely helps. It don't have to be like real intricate, Then you may want to use it when you want some big purchase, a trip, a roof, etc. Yes, exactly. I like the idea of just seeing over time. Like, it really helps me. Like, I have it broken down into like all the major expenses. And I put a lot of things on a credit card. We try to pay it off, but I put a lot of things on a credit card. And so I kind of break down like some of the big categories on that. But that's a big chunk of my expenses right there. And it's nice to see that in one little document over time. Like, hey, I spent $3,000 on my credit card this month. Oh, this month I spent $5,000. This month I spent $1,800. Same thing with like water bill. You could be like, okay, well, this time last year I spent $50 on water. Why is it $80 this month? Or, oh, it was $90 this month because my husband left the water hose on outside for 3 days. Things like that. It's nice to kind of see that progression. So that's another reason that I started it. Jaleesa reading the other. Oh, okay. I have heard lots of things about that thick book with small print. Okay. I have spoiled that for myself by looking it up. So I'm not going to read that. So let me know how you're liking it. And if you are going to be watching the show, because there's a show about that. I wish they would have just made that into a movie and called it a day, but whatever. Lachette was talking about your sister and her DVD collection. I should have added a comma after listen. I'm trying to remember what that comment was when you were talking about it. The streaming. Yeah, okay, I get you now. I remember the streaming. Yes. She does a lot more streaming now. I don't think she buys as many movies, but the collection is still there, That's one thing though. Like, when you buy a bunch of movies and then now everything's on streaming, you don't really have to go and pull out a DVD, right? But that's different than books. Yeah, there's a lot of books that are on ebooks and audiobooks, but a physical book I think won't ever really go out of style. So if you bought a book 5 years ago and it's sitting on your shelf, there's nothing to prevent you from picking it up and enjoying it as is, you know? So I think that's different. And you can see it and it's so pretty, especially when it's one of them like nice editions and stuff. I'm a sucker for a pretty book cover. It don't necessarily have to be like sprayed edges and stuff. That's just like bonus on the top. But I like a cool book cover. I'm not gonna lie. Vanessa said, patient just got here. Happy spreading. Thank you for coming. I hope everything goes well, okay? And you can get out of there quickly. Jaleesa says, laters, Vanessa. Lachette says, tell that man to sell his Lightning Electronics to make some. Girl, I've been saying that forever. Why are you sitting here with this just sitting here? Like a good example, I've been through some issues with the man, okay? Especially our first few years of marriage, okay? And like I said, he's gotten better. He was going through some stuff. But spending habits was prevalent, like bad. And he would buy speakers. Like there was twice that this happened. He bought some speakers. It's like $400. And 2 weeks later, bought some other speakers. Those other speakers are sitting collecting dust. I kept saying, babe, why don't you sell those? Whatever. Oh, I'm going to use them. I'm going to use them. Didn't do them. It's like, hey, babe, why don't you sell the speakers? Oh, they're old. Nobody's going to buy it. What makes you think somebody's not going to buy them? You bought them. Maybe somebody can't afford to spend $500 stupid dollars on some speakers, but can buy them from you for $100 or $200. Like, I'm just saying, yeah. You have to have motivation in order to be present with certain things in your life. I struggle with that, okay, with dealing with somebody that, anyway. Moving on. But yes, I'm here with you, okay? Let's make some money and clear some space because eventually this TV is going to go in a landfill because he's like, let's just throw it away. Really? You just want to throw away a perfectly good TV because it's old and you don't use it? Somebody else may tell you. Yes. Facts. Cook a bear. To cook a bear is depressing. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm definitely not going to be picking this up. So why don't you tell me what is depressing about this book? And how far are you into to cook a bear? Okay. I'm all for DNFing if you're not enjoying it. Okay. So Floss, I'm here with you on that, but I need some more details. I didn't expect that. Lachette says, I'll be reading My Dear Henry, hoping to finish today for my last amazing readathon city. Oh, yeah, today is the last day of TAR. Well, congrats to everybody participating in TAR. I did not formally participate, which is unfortunate because I wrote it down that I would this year. I just had a lot of stuff on my mind. But I have been at a lot of those sprints. I should have participated, but I was there with y'all. I traveled. Some of those cities I've legit been to, so that's always been fun. Floss says, Courtney, you make me laugh. Your husband left the water hose on. Yes, he did. Okay. We had a neighbor come up and be like, hey, I think there's some water coming from your backyard because the street was all flooded. That was us. Yes. We have like this little pond thing in our back, and he was trying to put some water in it and just left it there. Y'all, the things we deal with, right? Anyway, Lachette says, Jaleesa, I'm single. I don't know what they do or don't do. I don't speak on relationships. Yeah, well, I can tell you it's some bull-ish, okay? You love your spouses, but there's always something with dealing with someone else. Not to say you love them any less. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But there is a certain amount of challenging situation you deal with spouses. It is what it is. They probably say the same thing about us. I try not to let that be something that hits in the pocketbook, though, but whatever. A brother's count. Yeah. I got one of them too, right next door. Okay, he stays in the house too. I try to ignore him. I ain't got the time for that one. I got enough dealings with the man. I just be like, keep that filthiness in your room. Jaleesa says, child, put them speakers on the street, they'll be picked up by someone by the end of the day. Exactly. I'm for all upcycling. I mean, I've given away a lot of recent free expensive stuff. Some of these things that we spend a bunch of money on, I would prefer to sell. But you got to have somebody's motivation. I'm just tired of always being the one that have to do things. Hard items are resale though. It is work, but it happens and it allows you to make a little bit of money off of it. Exactly. Exactly right, y'all. I deal with some stuff. I tell you. You know what's funny is I'm going to get to a spring, y'all, I promise, right? But I remember when we first moved here, that was like this old busted barbecue grill. Like, you know how they used to make grills back in the day, like real iron or aluminum or whatever the crap that was. But it still worked. It was just old and busted. My husband talked all that mess because when we came, we had our nice new grill. He spent all this money he didn't tell me about on. And I'm like, babe, you need to grill, okay? Which he doesn't do very often. Anyway, that's another story. So we move in and there's this busted grill there. And I was like, babe, we're going to throw this away and replace it with our grill, whatever. Fine, cool. It's not in a hurry. I'm not in a hurry for a lot of things. I was just like, when we get time. So we just had, when we moved in, we just put our grill in the garage, call it a day. He decides to go to grill. He don't want to take our grill from the garage because it's downstairs to go up. So he just decides to use this busted grill that he done talked all this mess about. It's rusted. It don't work. It did work. Okay. It just don't look pretty, right? So finally, after using it a few times, we're like, let's get rid of this. Okay. And I'm like, well, why don't you list it on like the Nextdoor app or one of those free upcycle things? It was rusted, whatever. I wasn't going to try to sell it, but I was trying to, instead of just having it go into a landfill, I wanted to give it away. Like, that's just me. Okay. I don't like things to just sit. Like, my neighbors have put out brand new furniture, not brand new, but really good looking, nice furniture their parents gave them. They didn't value or care about it. So they just put it out when it was going to rain the next day. And I was like, why don't y'all list this as a curb pickup? Somebody will pick this up in a heartbeat. So I'm not for waste, because you let it get rained on, then nobody's going to pick it up. Anyway, so with this grill, my husband's like, nobody wants that mess. Nobody wants that whatever, right? And I'm like, somebody will want this. So I put it on the curb and I listed it for a curb pickup. Because, you have those people, like, I come from a small town, with people that don't have a bunch of money, right? So I understand people that do scrap metal. He doesn't really come from that type background. I'm like, somebody will pick this stuff up and put that in the back of their truck and go sell this for some scrap metal. And there's a lot of it. It was all metal. There wasn't no plastic up in there. It was one of the old school models where they use like real metal in it, right? Some of it was rusted, but still good. Or you never know, somebody may be handy and know how to fix it up, and bam, you got a nice grill. You could tell back in the day it was one of those expensive ones. So anyway, I put it on a curb pickup, and it was like 2 weeks, but maybe a week and a half. But anyway, some old dude with a big beat up truck, exactly what I would have imagined in my hometown. I saw the dude. I was doing my exercise one day in the front room, and old dude came, backed his truck up and put it in the back of his truck. And I saw he already had some other metal pieces. I was like, exactly. That's adding value to your community, in my opinion. It's a little small part, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just old school, but whatever. Anyway, it was a value to someone else. And I told my husband, you see that? That dude got a free grill that would have went into a landfill. And I'm sure he's going to do something with it. Or maybe he'll just put it in his backyard and hoard it out. I don't know. Either way, it's gone, and he liked it. I'd honestly go mute for a couple of days, and my husband left the water hose on for days. Girl, let me tell you something. That happened more than once. I mean, what can I do? I just shook my head and walked away. What can I do? What can you do? Okay, but pay that bill when it comes up, okay? Can you hold a yard sale now, or do you have to wait for the 1 or 2 annual schedule? I can hold one now. Here's the thing, and lately I've donated most of the stuff that I had, so I don't really have a whole lot of stuff because I had a lot of things. I actually helped organize the neighborhood community yard sale that happened in May. We spent 2 months organizing, me and another lady, and it rained. So that sucks. So we were talking about moving, which I don't know how all that stuff goes now, but we were talking about moving, and I was like, I'm done. This was what I committed to be my last yard sale here. So I just packed up all the stuff over the course of 2, 3 days, and I donated like to Goodwill and to another thrift store near me. Some really nice stuff like foot massagers and just, good clothes, just I had a lot of little nice things, but my husband, who was supposed to put the electronics out, did not. And that is what's happened at our last 5 yard sales. He's procrastinating. So it's like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Because I'm like, this is a great opportunity. You already have people passing by. You don't have to worry about trying to contact people and get killed on Facebook Marketplace. Put the TV out. I even had an extension cord running from the garage. So there's an electronics. People can plug it in and you can see that it works. But he didn't put any of that stuff out. So, but we didn't have a whole lot of traffic anyway because it was going to rain, and it eventually did. So we put up. Some people stayed out a little bit longer after that and covered things, but I had a lot of stuff, so we just put up and called it a day. But girl. Hello, lovely booktuber, Miss Nell Diamond. How are you doing? Hello. Battle of the booktuber. If y'all didn't catch the what I call it, a sprint, the live show for Battle of the Booktubers yesterday, y'all. Nell had on like her gold dress. I was like, okay, I ain't sick of you. Or was it the top? I didn't get to see the whole thing. I was running late. I just went and backtracked. But it was cute. Hello, Laura. Loitering is having a lot of admin tasks to get done today. Glad to have the company. So thank you very much. I'm happy to contribute because that's exactly what I do for sprints. Keep me company. We're going to get to, I promise y'all, we're going to get to the end of these comments, and then we're going to read, okay? I have a family buy an old I had a family buy an old idea bookcase from me. The dude told me he plans to make it into a dollhouse for their daughter. Oh, see, I like repurposing them like that. See, you never know what people may want. I remember I had this project that I did for an accent wall in my bedroom. It was all these foam panels I got from Amazon, but it basically creates what looks like a brick wall. You've probably seen it in some of my videos, but I had to cut out pieces to kind of make them interconnect so it would look more natural. So I had all these random foam rectangular pieces that I kept in a box. And my husband was like, you ought to just throw that away. And I was like, well, I'm having a yard sale. This was years ago. I was like, I'm having a yard sale. I'm going to just put them in a box and listed for $1. I'm very reasonable. I list things dirt cheap for yard sales. I want things to sell. I already know you're not going to, even if it's brand new, you're not going to get full price when you sell something at a yard sale or outside of a store. So my goal is to get some money and have people take it away. It don't need to be price gouging. So I literally put all of these panel pieces for $1. If somebody would have talked me down to free or 50 cents, I still would have given it to them. No, I think it was $2. But anyway, a lady came by and asked me what it was, and I explained it to her, and I even had a picture of it. She was like, oh, this is cool. I could probably do some arts and crafts, and she bought it. That was something my husband was like, nobody wants and cares about that. It's like, you never know what people may need stuff for. And once again, something did not go into a landfill. Hello, Amal. How are you doing? What are you reading today? Yep, I agree. Empty without a reader thought. Hey, there's some coming up. Don't ask me what they are. Well, actually, that's not true. I know there is. Today's the last day of TAR. Next month, there's Empathon, Chronicles of Noria. I'm participating in that. I'm not sure I'm going to read the book that I have. Do I have anything else written down? There is something called Giallo July, hosted by Bookubus. I wrote that down. I'm gonna finalize in the next week what I'm gonna do, as long as they fit into what I'm already reading. But that's like crime, mystery, thriller. If you're interested, check that out. No rain date. Yeah, it was supposed to be the next day, but that rained too, so it was just a horrible, horrible time period. Rain dates never do as well as the original, and then that's 2 days that you got up at the butt crack of dawn to go and put things out and ask somebody for help to set up that didn't want to be there in the first place. It just wasn't worth my time. I was just done. Shoot, I missed the live show yesterday. Nell, I watched the replay. Yeah, it was fun. Had a good time. Lots of interesting books. It was a dress. I only wore it because I promised Katie Spring. Yeah, I remember y'all were talking about that. Yeah, y'all were talking. Nell was all glammed up, and then as soon as y'all went to discussing the books, like when the layout changed, Nell disappeared, and bam, she came back in a red shirt. I was like, darn, she got rid of that dress quick. Didn't even say nothing. I mean, it was cute though. Quick change. Exactly. Dress change, right? Nell says, hello to everybody. Oh, man, I didn't even know this happened. I just got the note. Yeah, it was a good time. Oh, you're talking about the Before I Let Go. Is that today? I didn't miss that, did I? Hold up. I know I was out on yesterday at the evening was not a good time for me. Did I miss that? Well, I'm sorry if I did. That would have been good. Damn it. I definitely would have been there. Oh, I did miss it. Darn it. Did I have that written down? I know I hit the notify the button. Did I write it down? I didn't write it. Oh. See, that's why I got to write things down. Oh, because I disappear sometimes when I got things going on. Well, I'm sorry I missed that because I wanted to look at it. I wanted to hear y'all thoughts on that book. I bet you it was a good time. Summerween, there we go. There we go. You didn't miss anything. It was pre-recorded. Let us know if you want to join us for This Could Be Us. That's the sequel, right? Awesome. I just want to know when it is and I can take a look at it with y'all. Okay, y'all, let's get to this sprint I've been promising, okay? Because we're going to be out of here by noon. Okay, so I got a sprint queued up here. I am reading. Hold up, I can probably just show you on my phone. I am reading The Fury right here. Right? Is it going to come up? The Fury. I don't know if y'all have seen this. It's pretty recognizable just by, where we go. There we go. By Alex Michaelides. I don't know. Sounds interesting. This is the person that wrote The Maiden. So, pretty long book, I will say that. So, pretty interesting. So, what I'm going to do is probably listen to a little bit of that. And here's my diamond painting. Let me show y'all this real quick. Hold up. Here's my diamond painting I finished yesterday. So I'm going to be listening to some of The Fury while it's funny how these get so heavy. While I peruse to make sure that I didn't miss any of these. So, but I got my Kindle here because I've been like physically reading it, but I'm going to listen to a little bit of it while I make sure I have all the things before I pause it and all. Let's see. Yes, I haven't read the second book yet, but let me know when you guys are doing the next one. I'll be there. Awesome. How far into the book are you, Courtney? I am in, let's see. I don't even know if this is the right spot. It says chapter 20, but I was reading it some of yesterday. So, but this says 33%, but I need to verify that that's right because I'm not sure. So let's just say 33%. It's around that. Yes, I've seen the book you're reading. I've only read the silent. Oh, they read the silent page. Okay. I did not know Alex Michaelides. I know I'm saying that right. I could say Michaelides. I didn't know that they wrote The Silent Patient. Okay. I mean, it's okay. I don't know. I'm not disliking it. I just, yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll see. I'm not loving it, but I'm not hating it either. Not gonna lie, the hype did The Silent Patient a disservice. I was not impressed, too predictable, and The Maiden was not great either. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, The Silent Patient just didn't, I don't know, it didn't appeal to me. And this one, why did this? I don't know why I picked this one up. Somebody was talking about it and I put it on hold for the library. And then all of a sudden, my library doesn't physically have it. So I put for weeks ago both the audio and the ebook for Libby, and they both came through. So that's why I got both here, which is good because that's what I like. But I mean, it seems okay. We'll see. I'm trying to figure out. It seems like thus far everybody loves this movie star Lana, and I'm trying to figure out if she is really worth the hype and who's gonna die. So we'll see. We'll see. I like the phrase, but all these books are geek. Yeah, yeah. We'll see. Oh, speaking of, has anybody read this book, by the way? I'm debating about it. It was one that was recommended for Chronicles of Noria for Ephathon. This is, I think, anti-billionaire. You know, she always does things that like trumps the system, and brings forth like social issues and disparities in society. But this one's about like billionaires, and I don't know. I guess billionaires are trying to take over the world and some tech giant, and you have these people trying to save the world. But this is a thick book with a lot of small print. I can't say I'm overly excited about the premise, but it does sound interesting. Author of the bestseller The Power. So I'm curious if I'm going to read this. I don't know. Big books like that I'm like, I don't know if I will. I will not like. I try to get an audio. I think it maybe makes me a little bit more interested in it if I have an audio component to get past, some of those parts that I'm like, So I don't know. All right. Anyway, that's what we're going to do. We're going to get here. I'm going to do this while my dog's barking. Hold up, lady. Oh my gosh. Just wants my time. Okay, y'all. Happy reading. I'll see you in 45. This will probably be the only sprint, but we up in here, okay? Hello, hello, hello. How did that sprint go for everybody? I'm just going to queue up another 30-minute sprint. We'll do a 30 after this and call it a day. Stop. Hold up. Sorry, I'm in the background here queuing up. There we go. There we go. I like that number. Okay. Ooh, y'all, I hear some thunder. At least I think it's some thunder. The weather does not look like it's going to cooperate today. I'm hoping maybe a little shower and then call it a day. We shall see what happens with that. So anyway, I had some tea. It was okay. Then I had a little bit of some breakfast beyond the little cutie oranges I had. Had some I found the oldest carrots ever, y'all, in my fridge. I had to throw them bad boys away. So I had some hummus, and then I cut up a bell pepper, and my dog was having a meltdown because she was hungry. Why did I forget to feed her? But that's okay. I did comb over my diamond painting. It looks okay. I think I did a good job, yay me, of not missing any pieces, but I'm going to get my husband to look over it one more time before I seal the deal. And then I found this one. I feel like it's kind of a waste to put it in a box, but it is kind of fancy, I guess. But I found this one, so I may do this one next. We'll see. And then I listened to a little bit of my book. Nothing significant. So that is it. How about everyone else here? Let's see. Hey, Keita, how are you doing, Miss Lady? What's going on in the morning? How's Livy? Nell says hello to Keita. Keita says hi. Can't complain. Yeah. Keita says tired, trying to force myself to be productive today. Are you having allergies or just exhausted for some reason? I think this weather keeps changing, and that's another thing that's making you, kind of sick. I don't know. We'll see. I feel like it does make me tired. I'm hoping that this week is nice weather because there's, 4th of July. I guess it's not the weekend. How's everybody interpreting 4th of July? For those that celebrate, of course. Are people looking at 4th of July weekend as a weekend like it typically is? So I guess you have this weekend, which I did hear fireworks last night. Don't know where they were coming from, but I was not going anywhere. But also you have next weekend, which is after the 4th of July. And then you also have during the week. So I don't know. It's been a while since 4th of July was like during the week that I can remember where there was celebrations. Hey, Brooklyn, finishing up Powerless and hopefully watching some BookTube tonight. Okay, that sounds like a win. Got to get a few videos. I get a few BookTube videos every day. So I don't get around to everybody. And sometimes I'm more around than others. But I would say, I guess, at least on average, I watch at least 5 BookTube videos a day, if not more. Hello, how are you doing? Los Libros de Carani. Is that how you say that? First time here, I'm reading The Name of the Wind and writing. Is that so familiar? I don't think that's this book. Hold on, let me check a book. You just said that, and no, that's not it. Okay, I was thinking of a book. Oh, by the way, I'm trying to find if anybody has read this book and if you think that it's worth it. I don't know. I'm on the fence, so let me know. Friends attempt to save the world from tech giants who greed threatens life as we know it. I don't know. Sounds like it may be interesting. I just am reluctant. Trying to get out of my comfort zone, so that would probably be it. Let's see. How are you liking Name of the Wind? Let me know. Kita says, are you doing... Oh, Brooklyn, are you on sprints now too? I haven't looked around BookTube. I got up and been busy since. Let me know. Hey, Los Libros in the building. Hey, how you doing? Diamond says hello. Lachette, where you at? Lachette was here earlier. She's probably running around getting some stuff together, waking up, you know. Hey, Cherie, how are you doing? Finley Donovan knocks them dead at last leg for the amazing readathon. Yeah, so we were talking about today is the last day of the amazing readathon, which if you were reading a book and don't finish it today, I would still go ahead and finish it out, okay? However, today is the last official day of the amazing readathon. I hope y'all had some good reading. I don't know who's finishing up the sprints for the amazing readathon, probably all the hosts. But that's a good time. So I'm hoping that y'all had a good time with that. How many books are in the Finley Donovan series? Because I know I've heard quite a bit, but I don't know how many books are in that series. Let me know. I don't think I'm in danger of reading it, but just curious. Brooklyn says, hey, Keita and Nell, I'm doing sprints too. Between a few sprints right now, so not much reading is getting done. Yeah, that's the thing. I've been trying my best lately not to sprint hop so much. Like it's easier when I'm on my computer because when I'm in like sprint mode, especially on the weekend, and I got my computer up, I'll have like a few tabs open. So they're all simultaneously. And, I check in periodically. If I'm busy, I don't, talk much anyway, whether I'm just specifically there or if I'm sprint hopping. Okay. You can tell when I'm in the chat and not too busy because I'll be all up in there talking. But still, yeah, sprint hopping takes some time, girl, I tell you. And sometimes I'll do that so much that I can't read. So I've been lately trying to stay out the chats, like talk a little bit when I first come in and just so I can, get some reading done. Okay. So whether it's one sprint or multiple that I go through, I'll say some words and then try to shut my mouth and check in every now and then. Cause I'm just like, I'm not getting the reading done that I need. I love being with my book people, but I need to read. So I'll be up in there. I'm gonna come by and check you out in a little bit. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Weekends are the best, especially Sundays. Hey Keita, hey Nell. Chris Kent, hello. Thank you for coming by. What are you up to today? Are you reading? Lachette says, I heard we'd be getting thunderstorms. I hear them rumbling. But surprises woke up to sunshine, so we'll see. Yeah. Ooh, that's scary. Yeah, I don't think y'all can hear that, but yeah, I'm hearing it and I'm like, that's not fun. Oof. That's a long rumble, y'all. It's kind of scary. I checked the weather report, and so I immediately set up in here because it said it was going to rain 8:45 to 9:45. Yeah, it's going to be longer, so I guess I'll probably be here in the kitchen for most of the day. No sunshine up in here, man. Libro says hummus sounds so good. I enjoy a good hummus, not gonna lie. I'm attempting to change up habits lately when it comes to eating, like with snacking. So I'll buy, like when I go to the grocery store, I buy dips. Hummus is relatively cheap compared to some of those other dips. So I'll get like 3 different types of hummuses. Like I love the garlic, roasted garlic, and the roasted bell peppers. Those are like my favorite. But I'll get like 3 different types of hummus. And then if they have some other dip, which I got this Parmesan bacon dip. Oh my gosh, so good, so good. But I'll get those, and then I'll get like baby carrots, bell peppers, which I'll cut up, or what's the other one? Cucumbers. And, and I can use those to eat the dip, low calories, I like my chips and cookies. Don't get me wrong, y'all. Okay. But I try to supplement with, some good eating habits and stuff. And I think, raw vegetables are easier to take when I have like something to dip them in, and they taste pretty good, really good for work. Jaleesa says, I'm still waking up. Yes. About to cook up some breakfast so we can leave the house and run errands. Ooh, in all the rain that's about to come. Hopefully, you don't have as much rain as I am having today. And look who we have here. We have Miss Adrian. Hello, lady. How are you doing, lovely lady? This is Miss
Uh,
Adrian, y'all. Y'all know her. Such a
I'm good.
powerful
Hi,
lady.
everybody. Hi, Courtney.
How are you doing?
Ooh, I'm good. I had like two parties last night. Two, yeah, two parties last night. Well, afternoon and evening, and then we got caught in the rain, which was fine with me because I don't use the creamy crack anymore, so it was fine.
And you're
And
on your
all,
way home too, so
yeah,
that's
and
even
all
better.
in my area, so it's not like I had a huge distance to go to. So
Yeah.
that was great. But I'm a little sad that it's not going to be so nice today because the Pride Parade is today in New York City.
Why did we wait till
And
the last day of the month, though?
I don't know. It's always the
Oh,
last weekend, so it's like a whole big thing. Well, they have things throughout the month, but I was I'm sure it's going to go on, but um I was also Harlem Pride. They have like it's usually a street that
mm,
again near my house that they block off, and
mm.
so I was going to go over there. I could still do it. I mean, because it's literally just a couple of blocks from my house, just to just to check it out, um, and support. But it's always nice to do those things when the weather is nice.
That's true. And you can't really have a rain, at least for the Pride. I don't think you can really have a rain day. I mean, I guess you could, but it's the last day of the month. And so
Yeah,
it's like, yeah,
because especially with things like that, you have people that come in from out of town. I mean, we have
yeah,
plenty of people in that community that live here on a daily basis, but you also have a whole lot of people who come in from out of town
yeah.
just for that. Hmm.
Hey, it's concerts go out in the rain too. So, and they play games. It sucks though because it's not just rain. It's raining now, but I'm looking out the window. But it's thundering. Like I hear rumbling and stuff, and I don't feel safe in that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, hopefully it'll
It
quell
won't.
and
It won't be too bad. Hopefully.
yeah, hopefully it's yeah. Maybe this will be passing. I haven't checked the hour by hour, but yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes, the weather will be weathering and then the main event will come and then the sun comes out. I have had things like that happen.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll
That's
see.
always weird. You're like, wait a minute. Okay, let me not complain.
Yeah, this is Pride. It's supposed to be colorful. Okay. So
Exactly.
maybe right before the parade hitting, people are about ready to do their thing and the sun just come out. I'd be like, hey, that's what I would do. I'd be like, hey.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Oh,
Yep.
well,
Yep.
how have you been besides being in them streets?
So I've been good. I had a quick trip to Buffalo, New York for a meeting from Sunday till I came back. I left Sunday and I came back Tuesday afternoon, so it was very quick turnaround. Um
This is a
and
good time of year to go instead of the cold weather. I have been up
uh
there cold. It is not fun.
so yeah, so it was our budget meeting. So we always have the budget meeting where our conference is going to be. So our conference is going to be in Buffalo. Next year it's going to be in Rochester. Um in October. So someone's like, "Oh my God, the weather might snow." I said, "We've
No.
had conferences there before, and we have been fortunate that it has not snowed." I said, "Please don't put that in the atmosphere."
Hit up Dinosaur Barbecue. That's one of the things. I used to have to
Yep.
go there for business when I was in upstate New York, but I love to. We always hit up.
The original one I went to in Rochester. Oh my God, it's so
So
good.
good. Yeah. I'm
So good.
not leaving there
I enjoy the one
for
that's near
so
my
good.
house in Harlem. Hmm.
Say
The
that
one
again.
the one in Harlem is good too.
Oh,
But
really? Yeah.
the original one, I was like, yes.
I never heard of it till I went to it. And I'm like, this place is awesome.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
that
it.
was the first time I had heard of it too, and that was before they had branched out to come as they
Yeah.
call us downstate. to branch out to come down here. Yeah.
You have any beachy stuff or anything like that planning for the summer?
No. If I'm doing the beach, I'm going out of town. I don't do the beach up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do are the beaches up there like a real like beach? Like I think of waves and sand. Do y'all is it
Oh
like
yeah.
that?
I'm not talking about the lake. I'm talking about regular beach. But when because I like to swim, I want to put my
Yeah.
feet in my body where I can see them, and you can't do that up here.
I feel you.
Mm-mm.
I feel you. See, yeah, see, you're like me. We need to be going down to Florida or probably Mexico at the very least. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's how it is when
My favorite place in Mexico that I've been so far is Cabo. I loved Cabo. I don't know what it was, but from my spirit, everything. I was just so calm and everything. I said I gotta go back.
Cabo is over by California, right? Is that the
Yeah, it's
western?
closer.
Okay.
It's closer over there. Hmm.
I haven't been there. I've done the whole Cancun thing quite a number of times, but yeah.
Now their water is choppy, but I'm usually on a property,
Mhm,
um, but I didn't like that part of it. But
mhm.
I still got plenty of sun rays, and of course the pools were great. So.
Yeah, that's true. You
Mhm.
always have that as a backup.
Mhm.
Yeah, if I'm going to get myself like completely wet, including hair, that water needs to be clear, like type
Mhm.
thing. Because we have the Jersey beaches out here. I actually went earlier this week. Oh, what's today? Today is Sunday. Yeah, okay, I guess last week. Anyway, just overnight trip. So you have the ocean and the sand. It's nice just to even just be near it. So,
Right.
but yeah, I'm not getting I mean, truthfully, the water's kind of brownish, even though they be doing color correction like crazy on like internet videos where the water is blue. I'm like, don't get it twisted. The water is not blue or green up here. But um,
Mhm.
but you can get in and up to maybe like a little bit below the knee. You can actually see if the water settles with the sediment, you can actually
Okay.
see your feet. But the water was
Oh.
freezing. Oh my gosh, it was really
Yeah, the
cold.
water can be quite cold. I
Yeah.
forgot where I was, and this was many, many years ago. I was in Florida, but I can't remember where I was in Florida. The water was so warm. I was like, "Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God." I was expecting it to be like freezing cold. It was so warm. So warm. And it wasn't even hot, hot, hot that day.
Yeah.
But I was like, what in the world is going on with this water? It was so warm and it blew. I
Yeah.
mean, I was like, man, I can see my feet. I can see the little fish that are
Where was
far
this at?
out. It was somewhere in Florida. I don't remember where I was. Somewhere in Florida.
Yeah, well, their water is definitely blue or bluer, especially the further south you go, and just in general, the
Mm,
water gets a little bit clearer and it's also warmer longer because they get more sunshine days throughout the year, so it's
yeah.
much better. Like I
Yeah.
went swimming in Key West in October, and it was really nice, and the water was
That's on my
blue,
list of
real fun
places to
stuff.
go.
Yeah. I would love to live places like that, but then it comes with this whole new set of rules and connotations. So I don't know.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, but the water out here is still too cold. But I mean, I sat at the shore here. Like, I
Mhm.
mean, I stood for quite a bit so my feet could freeze themselves. And then I sat like right when the water kind of comes up and laps at you, like every
Uh-huh.
other wave. That's where I sat at. So that was the extent of my beachness, but I still enjoyed it.
Mm.
Then we
Yeah.
had like Atlantic City, so we got to gamble and stuff later. So good time.
Hmm. Yeah, I haven't been to Atlantic City in quite a number of years. I'm like, there's certain things that I'm like, now that my schedule is kind of opened
Yeah.
up, I have to get back to it. But yeah, used to enjoy Atlantic City.
So
Um,
you
I
it's
used
pretty
to go there with some older folks.
nice.
I have a good time.
Well, if you go during the summer sometime, let me know. But yeah, it's nice. I like it. A lot of people that are from around here get real snooty about the beaches. To me, I'm like, none of it's blue. Even if you go to the nicest beach in the nicest area, it still ain't blue. It's all the same water on the Jersey Shore, in my opinion. So I don't have an issue with Atlantic City. Yes, some of it gets sketch, like the people and some of the things around the casinos and stuff. But I
Mhm.
mean, it is what it is. Like it's
Mhm.
Atlantic City. I park in a parking garage. I don't walk around the neighborhoods, and I enjoy the beach. You got the boardwalk,
Yeah,
and then you go to the casino. So
yeah,
I don't have an
yeah,
issue.
yeah. I loved walking on the boardwalk when I used to go. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, one of the State Association for Student Financial Aid always is for New Jersey,
yeah.
always is in Atlantic City in November, the early part of November. And
Oh,
so
okay.
I didn't realize that years ago, and I went to meet my cousins in Atlantic City, and they were from South Carolina. We met. I went with my parents, and we met them, and there was um, a hotel that was literally on the boardwalk. We stayed there, and then I was walking with my mother and ran into some people who were just walking, and I said, "Hey," they're like, "Adrian, you here for this?" I said, "No." I said, "What are you talking about?" and
They're like, why not?
introduced them to my mom, and they said, "Well, you should come to lunch tomorrow. It officially started. You should come to lunch tomorrow." I said, "Well, I belong to nice with these. Come to lunch tomorrow." I'm on the one of the persons that was there was like, "I'm on the conference committee. Come on, come through. Unless you got something to do with your family." My mother said, "No, go tomorrow." Right. So I said, "Okay." So I went and I forgot which hotel it was, but it was close to the opposite end because I was near it was past Caesars, and I was on the opposite end. Um, that was where Showboat was. I was
Yeah,
over, and so it was. I can't remember the name of the casino, but anyway,
forgot it.
I walked. No, no, no. So it literally was on the boardwalk, and Borgata is off of the boardwalk.
No, okay.
So you walk down the other way, um, and so
Tropicana, Taj
Tropicana,
Mahal,
Tropicana,
the Trump. Yeah,
Tropicana,
yeah, that
Tropicana.
one's nice. I like that blue ceiling, like in the middle. Looks like the
Mhm.
sky with all the shops and restaurants. We
Yeah,
stayed at the
yeah.
Caesars. That was my first time. It's
Yeah.
not bad during the week. I prefer to do AC during the week because I'm not into
Yeah.
all the partying and stuff.
Mm,
I just so we did an overnight trip. We did the beach, and then Caesars is right, right there. So then we just
mhm,
walked back to the hotel, and and then we kind of gambled a little bit, and you could take the little
mhm.
trolley thing down to what was it,
Yep.
the Hard Rock, and then trolley. But it
Mhm.
was nice. Yeah, I enjoyed it. AC is
Yeah.
always a good time for me. I keep it simple. I don't have a whole lot of expectations. Just be
No,
safe.
it's always a good time for me.
Yeah,
A good
yeah.
time. And I used to like to stay at Showboat.
Showboat's nice. It's not a casino anymore. They closed
I
that one down.
heard. I
Yeah,
was
but they
saying,
have events. I went to an event there. It was a boxing event, and it
okay.
ended in a brawl. And I was like, I'm not doing this again because I get little things
Mm,
all the time about the brawl. And I'm like, no, I'm not going back to there because I was
no,
running for
no.
my life at the end of the event.
Oh no.
Some fighter lost, and people lost their shit. I was like, dang, let's get out of here. Let's run for the car.
Uh-uh. Nope.
Yeah, that's not my idea of a good time at all. But
I have some friends who've been to the newer casino. I can't remember the name of it. The one that's on the opposite side that's like all glass. It's really tall.
I don't know. I don't keep up with stuff. They're always shutting some casino down and then opening up another one. I'm like, this other casino lost millions, billions of dollars, and
Mm-hmm.
you think you're gonna come in, spend millions of dollars to renovate the exact same place, open up the exact same thing, a casino hotel they did, and you think you're gonna make money when they didn't? I don't know. AC's
Yeah.
always needing to be built out. But overall, it's still a nice. I think I'm fortunate to have something like that close by where you have like the beach and the hotels and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. And a lot of events go there, like musical acts and stuff. So always keep apprised of who's coming to town. So it's always
Right.
good. So
Right. Well, Smokey Robinson performed at the Apollo last night, and I understand he was really, really good.
ooh, okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, because we were at the Victoria um, Renaissance Hotel for like an event, um, and we came outside, and this woman thought that we were coming from the Apollo because they are like literally near each other. Like what's separating them from each other is like two stores, literally. And so we said no. We said, was he good? And she said, oh, he was excellent. He was really, really good. He still sounds good. And I said, oh, that's great.
Well, that's good. How old is Smokey?
He's 80 something, 87, 88, something like that.
Still touring? I ain't mad at bro.
Mhm.
Okay. Let him do his thing. Yeah, they got a lot of old school acts that still come up to AC all the time. Earth, Wind, and Fire is always there. I think Patti LaBelle goes every now and then.
Mhm.
I mean, they have a lot of techno people like Steve Aoki and David Guetta and things like that come up too. But they have a little bit of everybody that goes there, which I think is
Well,
pretty
that's
good.
good. They cater to practically
Yeah.
everybody then.
All depends on just who you want to see, you know. And they always have the big billboards on the big highway. So that I remember that's how I found out how Cat Williams was going. I was like, ooh, like we've been twice to see him there. But I
Okay.
was driving and my husband loves Cat Williams. This was years ago. And I was like,
Mhm.
ooh, this billboard. And I kept for like I got the tickets and it was supposed to be a surprise. And every time my husband was like, I'm gonna go to this spot, I'd be like, no, I'm gonna go because I was like, I don't want him to see that billboard and then be like, hey, why do we do this when I already got the tickets?
Right.
So I would like run our errands when he would have to go a certain way. I would volunteer so he wouldn't see the billboard. It's like, darn it, I didn't want to leave the house today. All right, let's get to these comments here. I got another 30-minute chat it up, and then we're gonna get out of here. Is that okay?
Mhm.
Okay. We got Jaleesa and Keita in the house. We got why am I starring things instead of clicking on them? You have Lachette here. Didn't read anything. We got Ricardo. Um, okay, well, hopefully I remember that name. Okay, I'm gonna just call you Los Libros if you can't remember it. Okay, but always correct me in case I'm wrong. But nice to meet you, by the way. 55 pages in. So far, it's interesting. A long fantasy book, though, and I mostly read short books. What's your definition of short, though? Because everybody has a different definition of what that means. Um,
They're reading Name of the Wind, right? Yeah, I have that book. I have the special edition of that book too. I didn't read it
what
yet.
is that about?
Name of the Wind.
Yeah.
I don't remember. That's a book I need to get to, but it's one of the classic fantasy books.
Ah, okay, like old school fantasy. Okay, I thought it was new. I don't recognize the name there. Ulysses finished 2 books. Wow, look at you. Okay, I have to clean and
Why
start
am I not
laundry.
surprised?
Time for adulting. Okay, okay. You want to tell us your books? Purposely avoided some sprints this month. I needed to read, so I needed to stay away. Yeah, I was talking about earlier that when you do too much sprinting, I personally will say I don't tend if I'm active in the chats and sprinting, I don't read much, and I found myself being distracted because my routine is I'll sit down and read, but first I'm gonna check to see who's sprinting, right? And then that could be lead to sprint hopping and then other things, and then I never get to
Mhm.
reading. So I may be in the chats a little bit, then I stop. So I may be there, but I'm not talking if I'm trying to actually read. So I've been trying to do that more lately. Say my highs and hellos and then be silent.
Yeah, Ashley had sprints last night on her private channel, Patreon channel,
Oh,
and
okay.
then later on in the early morning hours, Nicole had writing sprints, and she had them the day before. So I just sat on there and continued to read my book. So yeah,
Which Nicole was that?
who picks
I know two Nicoles.
who picked your book? She lives in
Okay.
Arizona.
Okay, so that's different
Mhm.
person. Okay. Okay. Yeah, sometimes you just kind of nest and be like, I'm gonna just sit here. Like I'll go between different channels and then sit on one. Other times I'm like, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna read. I'll turn the volume down a little bit to where I can hear it and maybe pick out some keywords or whatnot, but where it's not like super distracting so I can read and also listen at the same time. But I've been
Mhm.
finding I've been getting very distracted by being too much in the chat, knowing what's going on,
No.
FOMO. It's like, hold up, I need to get some reading on, okay?
Mm-mm.
Books with Lexi is sprinting today with Brick. Okay, all right, that works. Yeah, I gotta figure out who's gonna be sprinting today. Take some
Yeah,
hot
I
notes.
find people want to get a lot done this weekend so they can get their month count up.
That's true. That's true. And today is the last day of TAR too, so that's another thing.
Yeah, I gotta finish this book because we're supposed to start posting our reviews next month because the book
Mm.
comes out at the end of the month.
Ooh, oh
So,
yeah, you gotta get it done.
yeah, I'm at 75%, so I'll get there.
Oh, you're good. You're good. What's your book?
The Offer.
The Offer. Why does that sound familiar? The Offer. The Offer. What is the
It's
offer
the,
about?
it's the second book in the Why Choose series.
Ah, okay.
The first one was The Oath, so I'm reading the
Oh, okay. I saw Jaleesa's video on that yesterday. Okay, I was like, I know that sounds familiar. Is it the same
Mhm.
brothers or somebody else?
It is the so it's not brothers, so
Not brothers. I'm sorry, the
it's
friends.
the cousin, it's the female cousin of the female MC of the first book. So,
Oh, okay.
mhm.
It's not the same guys though, right? Somebody else, like
No,
her
no,
own.
no. It's she has her own,
Oh, okay.
um,
No
but
sharing up in this piece.
no, but they are featured in there. Just they are featured because of the relationship with the cousins. So
Okay.
they,
Okay.
they have small roles.
Jaleesa, you hearing this, man? She was talking about maybe picking them up later. Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
I enjoy watching reviews of books that I'm probably not going to read. I be trying to hope that people do spoilers, but everybody's like doesn't want to do spoilers. It was like there's a time and a place. Just label it and talk.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm actually
Oh,
trying to figure out how I'm going to do that now because there's a lot to unpack.
well, let me know. Let me know. So Ricardo's makes carrot hummus and it's super good. I love dips as snacks instead of junk food. Yeah, I think you just need that savoriness and it definitely helps. So I agree with you on that one.
I,
But carrot
I like
hummus.
I
Let me
like
make
to make.
carrot.
I'm not a hummus fan because that means chickpeas, and I'm not a bean fan, even though I like black beans. I don't know how that happened, but and that I've never been a big bean person. But my favorite snack is to do the make my own sour cream and onion dip.
Ooh, that sounds good too.
It's
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 over
over.
all over, huh? You
It's over. It's over.
can make black bean hummus too, like just blend them up really well. Like I'm not a fan of chickpeas either. Like it sounds
Hmm.
funny, but I don't really like chickpeas. That casing just throws me off. It's just not my thing.
Hmm.
However, I do enjoy hummus. That sounds
Okay,
so funny, right? Maybe it's blended well. It's just more creamy,
maybe.
I
Yeah.
guess. But same thing with the black beans because I've had black bean hummus that kind of had some of them little the casing on top. You got to do it right.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, hummus is one of those things that I used to go back and forth on. But I'm curious with the carrot hummus how that pans out to make it smooth, or do you have like
Mhm.
the little pieces on top? Hmm. Lachette's not gonna lie, that's appreciated. I didn't do too many tar sprints since I don't follow most of the hosts, so I wasn't sure how long or talkative their sprints would be. Yeah, yeah. A lot of the people kind of tend to know each other when it came to Tar. It was just a big thing. I just felt like if you're on BookTube, you can't. Like I follow most of those hosts anyway, but you really can't avoid Tar. That's like at first two people said Tar. I was like, what the heck is Tar? And I was like, oh, the amazing readathon. So, but I sat in on a lot of the sprints, but I didn't participate in Tar itself. I wanted to. I wrote it down last year. I think it sounds like a fun idea, but I didn't. I'm trying not to pigeonhole myself into like particular books or whatnot or prompts because I want to read books that I want to read versus what fits into a particular category. And so I was just like, and then I got so many other things in my brain going on. I'm just going to read, but, and if I can find something that fits into readathon, great. Like I want to do Chronicles of Noria's, readathon, F-a-thon next month. And she had this book. I keep bringing this book up because I'm trying to find anybody who's read it. But, she has this book on her list, but I'm sitting there looking at it. I'm looking at the small print. It's a big, thick book. I'm only mildly interested. I'm like, do I really care to read this book? I keep thinking what would fit for her anti-billionaire prompt would be Lamar Giles' The Getaway. That would fit perfect into this. I mean, it has some more other things, but I already read that book. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, tar sprints were pretty talkative. But you can always, like I said,
Hi, Jaleesa.
There we go. Jaleesa came up. Well, Jaleesa was here earlier too. Say hello, Mr. Lady. Let's see. It said Adrian. Everybody's saying hi. We finally got to the part where says Adrian was outside. I know, right? She was in
I was outside.
Hey, it's the summertime. This is the best time if you're gonna get outside. Do it. Although
I colored my hair the night before, so I was ready.
You're ready to go, right?
I had to get rid of these grays. They were driving me crazy.
I just blend mine in. I'll say rain and humidity. Yes, exactly. Morning, Adrian. Hello, hello. Everybody saying hi. Show you some love. Say hello. Plus says my Wegmans makes a variety pack of hummus. Oh, I like those. They're expensive though. I just buy the different flavors.
Wegmans.
Yeah, Wegmans is nice. You just got to bring your dollars. It's like Whole Foods. 4 flavors in one container. Have you tried the pickle or salt or vinegar or chocolate hummus? Ooh, I haven't tried the pickle one. See, that's the thing. I go to discount stores, so you get just regular products. When you go to like a Whole Foods or a Wegmans that caters to like,
that's where the
I would say they cater to people that got money. I'll just say that. You get a whole another selection of things. So that's why I like to go to those stores every now and then. Because I definitely have not had these two. I have had chocolate hummus, but sparingly, because I feel like it kind of defeats the purpose of me trying to get a healthy snack, because of the chocolate and the sugar. But it sounds delicious. Lime cilantro. Oh, you're just pulling in all the big dogs. Okay, yeah, I haven't had those. I might need to go to Wegmans and just spend a few extra dollars once or twice. Check the weather. Possible hail. Wow. Okay. Well, I was thinking this storm was going to blow over because it's definitely wet and raining and rumbling outside. But now I'm thinking I'm going to probably be spending the day inside. Hopefully it just does it today.
Potential for severe thunderstorms. That's what my phone says. We'll see.
I got to work the next few days and then we're out of town for a few. So I'm hoping that this weather will.
Okay.
Ooh, I keep seeing the lights flicker.
Oh.
I'm hoping the weather will just be bad now and clear up later. Boss says hello to Miss Adrian. Chocolate hummus is so good. Ooh, I bet you're enriched too, right? What would you eat with that? Like, what would you dip? Besides pretzels. That's the only thing in my head I can think of.
Yep. Excuse me for a moment.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, tell me what you would dip besides pretzels. Akita says, Ulysses. Pride Parade is today too in Chicago. I put my hair up in Bantu knots because I don't want to deal with the weather. There we go. I agree with you on there. And it keeps them stretched out too. Well, hopefully the weather there is better. Yeah. I hate when you have such horrible weather on days that you can't make up, a parade, especially when it commemorates a particular month. That kind of sucks. So, I like this. Oh, that's cool, Keita. Okay, okay. Oh, see on the screen, I see different flags. On this one thing, it looks like one long um, uh, line of colors. Okay, that's cool. If you like pineapple, try it. Pineapple. See, I would never have thought that. Okay, I'm gonna have to think of that. Okay, okay. Pineapple. Celebration. See, what I'm seeing in the chat that I'm clicking on looks completely different than what we see on screen, but it gives you the same result. Bantu knot. Yeah, Bantu knots are cool. I do too. They're so beautiful. You ever put jewels with them or like the string on top, decorate them up? You know, I'm a big fan of hair jewelry. That's true. That's true. Air out the scalp. Tell you true. Oil your scalp and just let the wind hit it. That is true. Fun facts. Yep, yep, yep. We'll have to try that. Good things to eat. Ricardo says the weather is so crazy here in Spain. Ooh, Spain. Okay, a whole nother area. You're getting bad weather too, huh? We haven't enjoyed the beach yet. It's like a humid coldness in my town. Not cute for summer, honestly. That sucks. Okay, so when does it start getting cold so that you can really like enjoy the weather and the beach? Like does it stay for a longer period of time since it's colder earlier on? Like could you extend out to like October or September? I would love to go to Cabo. Yeah, it would be fun, right? I haven't been to Cabo yet. Because we're on the East Coast, so to me it always makes sense to just go straight down. That it will be cheaper to go to Cancun, and I can get a direct flight from there to there, depending on the time of year. Whereas with Cabo, I'd have to go across the U.S. and then down. So I've always thought that was a chore, but I have heard nothing but great things for people that have gone there. And they have said that it's worth the extra expense. So one of these days, I'm gonna take advantage. I don't have Cabo money. I used to have Cancun money, but y'all, this pandemic has like increased. I remember at the beginning of the pandemic, and I'm not gonna lie, $1,200. It was 5 nights. Was it 5 days, 5 nights? I think it's 5 nights at a hotel for two people, my husband and I. That was flight and all-inclusive resort for 5 nights. $1,200. Now I can barely get just the hotel for that. And keep in mind that the summer is the off season for, I don't know about Cabo and over there, but for Mexico where we go, like Cancun area, it's the off season now in the summer, so it should be cheaper. So when we went, it was July when we went, and it was that cheap. Prices have just significantly increased, so I don't even know what to think. I haven't been planning a vacation for a minute, and I'm always queen on planning a vacation. I'm trying to figure out where and if I'm going to move, and then from there, I'm going to be in vacation mode. So we'll see. Right now, I'm just content. I'm enjoying the summer here. When it gets cold, then I'm going to go on a trip. Local beaches. Yeah, it's nice to have a local beach. It sucks when you're far away. Sand is too dark and with too much seaweed for us to have clear blue water here. Yeah, that is true. That is true. I don't expect blue water where I'm at. I just expect decent sand. And if I can get in at least to like the knee, I'm comfortable. But I'm not doing anything more than that in these local beaches. Yeah, the Keys is nice. I enjoy the Keys. It's just a chore to do it, to get down there. Winter in Australia, so all the beach talk is warming me up and getting me excited for summer. There we go. There we go. Elise says, stepped outside to check on the weather. Chilly, rain, pride will happen. You know what? As long as it's not like thundering and lightning and stuff, the show will go on. Okay, enjoy it for what it is. Sometimes bad weather kind of bonds people together a little bit more. Like I went to a concert and it was raining. Like I had on a poncho and I was just sitting there like drenched and miserable, right? And soon as the opening acts came out and it was like doing all the drizzling thing. This was Taylor Swift, by the way. And so, but when she came out, all the pouring down raining stopped. So it was kind of a light drizzle off and on. It was a good time though. It was a good time. We were all raining, miserable. She was hair limp, but she was doing that thing. Good time, good time. We live on the coast, so many beach options on any given day. No reason for anyone to be snooty, though I do see the appeal of private beaches. Yeah, that's true. But you know what? Private beach still has that same dark water that the rest of us have. Where do you live at, Lachette, again? Dedication to the surprise. There we go. There we go. A short book for me is less than 400 pages. Okay, that makes sense. I get you on that one. Name of the Wind is one of those tome series you avoid. I'm not necessarily opposed. It has to be worth it for me. Yes. But it's a series. You said that. Okay, yes. I don't know if I'm up for 400 or 500 page books.
It's not even a series that's finished. That's the thing. It's not even a series that's finished.
Oh, okay. Well, don't even tell me about it. We're just going to move on. You already know me. You already know me. I did recently start and finish a series, though. It was a 2-book series, the Becky Chambers Monk and Robot, a Psalm for the Wild Built, and a Prayer for the Crown Shy. They're both like 140, 160 pages, but still, I had finished the series.
That's good. That's good.
I was proud of myself. I'm
proud of you too. I'm like,
add the books to the storygraph. Oh yeah, sometimes you got to spend like a full day trying to update your storygraph for listings.
Let's see. I try to do that as I get to certain milestones, and I use both Storygraph and Goodreads, so I don't have to add all these things at the same time. I just do them as I go, as I read.
Yeah, you got to keep up with them. I put them in my planner, and I try to I used to wait till the end of the month to do my reviews. Now I do them as I go along, like when I have time. So it doesn't just become overwhelming. But I do try to write. If I don't do a review like right away, like if I do wait a few weeks, I have like a little Word document on my computer where I'll write down my review so I can just cut and paste it. Because otherwise it just makes it harder later on trying to formulate all my thoughts.
I think I'm going to start doing that. That sounds like a good idea.
It's easier. And that way when you're going from one service or whatever to another, is there, and that way it's not like I mistakenly deleted it or something like that. But because sometimes I just don't have time, because I do Amazon and I do Storygraph. I was doing Goodreads, but I cut that one out. But it's still cut and pasted between different things, and then sometimes I'm just not thinking to go and write a review, and I'm like, darn, I just clicked out of there.
Right.
So just put them on the sheet, because sometimes you get in review mode and other times you're not. If I already have it written down, then I'm not rethinking it. Because it's like videos, how you forget to write down, to say what you said on a video. You'd be like, oh, well, I'm refilming.
And there are some books that you'll read and you're like, I need to sit on this for a minute.
Yeah.
I really need to really think about what I'm going to say. Never mind, right?
Yeah. Generally, I'll give a book a day or two before. I mean, unless it's a little cheesy, whatever thing, or unless I have a strong opinion about something, then I'll give it like a day or two to sit on it before I actually write a review. I don't generally give it like too much longer than that. Yeah, it's nice to kind of get your thoughts down on paper. And you can always change it later.
Yeah.
It's released in a few weeks. How many books will it be?
Hey, Mary. She's actually thinking about the 3rd book right now. She just came back from vacation, because I follow the author on TikTok. And so she has an idea about the 3rd book.
Which one is that?
From the author.
The author.
The oath and the author. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know why in my head I was thinking there was 3 books already out from that. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Well, that sounds fun.
And I mean,
That
she has written some other stuff, but this is the first set of books that I've read from her, and I'm enjoying them. So now I'm like, I need to look at her other stuff.
I wonder if she would do it from the male perspective to where he chooses.
Mm.
That would be interesting. Just have that done well and not in like a real
Mm-hmm.
cheesy.
Because this is like reverse harem.
Yeah. Hmm.
And to me, when I read the first book, I was like, man, I wonder if this really, if things like this have happened before. Because to me, it's not too unrealistic.
Mhm.
Um, because being at the age that I am, I know that there are people who do all types of things that the younger Adrian would have never thought that they would do because people's lives are different. And so I'm like, I'm not trying to be judgy, but I'm like, it might not work for me, but it's interesting that such and such works for somebody else. So, yeah.
I did like that the author had an older person. A lot of times you see these little young,
No.
inexperienced
Hmm.
people trying to be wise in books. I like that it was an
Hmm.
older person that had life experience already. Because they
Yeah.
said she was married with 20 years, something like that.
Yep. Hmm.
Yeah, well, I appreciated that perspective. I'm acting like I
Yeah.
read the book, right? I just listened to Jaleesa's video about it. I was like, oh, this
Hmm.
isn't what I thought, but it sounds pretty cool. Hey, Mary, how are you doing? Let's see. Mary says hi to Ricardo. Carrot hummus sounds good. I like hummus. Yeah, hummus is definitely acquired taste, but it's really good. I enjoy it. Really good on chips too. I will say that. Can't stand chickpeas, but enjoy hummus. Yep. Yep. It's
Okay.
just casing. No chickpea. Oh, see, I thought I was the only one. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm not completely oddball. I may want to try fresh hummus much better than the Sabra. Oh, see, I be all up in the Sabra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
you
see
can.
that.
I tried
That makes
making
sense
it.
to
It
me.
didn't work the
That
same.
makes sense to me. Fresh is
Yeah,
always better than the canned.
that is true. That is true.
Mhm.
Oh, and the last time I saw you in Sprint, the hair was red. You're talking about you,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah. But I had these gray patches, and I was like, no, they got to go.
Your hair grows out pretty well.
Hmm.
Let's see.
Yes,
The
it's a little
second,
matted right now because sleep. I got bed hair right now, but yeah. I'm wondering what would happen if I straightened it out. How long it would be? Because I haven't, it's been curly for so long. I haven't straightened it. Haven't put heat on it in years now.
yeah, I don't do that either.
Mhm.
Second book in the Secret series should be interesting. Oh, that's what it's called, the
It's
Secret
just,
series.
uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
The cousin seems to be new to the concept of this. Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so she's getting to learn something new. Okay, that
And
sounds
the
like
thing
it'd be
is,
a fun one.
she's wilder than than the cousin. So that which was
Okay.
really interesting. I'm like, if should have known that, would have thought that you would have introduced her to the club. No, the other cousin from the original book introduced her to the club.
Mm, that ought to be interesting.
Mhm.
Got a time and a place for it. Ricardo says, not gonna lie, I love spending time in the kitchen. So I peel the chickpeas one by one.
Whoa,
Okay,
that's
I'm already
dedication.
over that. Hate
That's
to peel the
dedication.
beans, but I don't mind taking the time. I would
Okay.
love to taste the freshness, but I am definitely not doing that. I commend you. I bet you it's delicious too.
Uh-huh. I was about to say.
But that's cool though, because you can customize, because you can do all sorts of stuff, but I just don't have the
Hmm.
time. And Mary says hi to Jaleesa. Ricardo's roasted carrots with some spices and the peeled chickpeas, garlic, tahini, and then just blend it all. Yeah, that's a lot of work. I'm lazy too. That might be another factor. Julie says out of berry. Cinnamon pita chips. I have had those. They were hit or miss, but still good. Yeah. That would be good with the chocolate hummus, I bet. That'd be a good, healthier dessert.
Hmm.
Strawberries, pineapple, apples, mango. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hard fruits. Okay. That makes sense. Chocolate hummus. Yep. Slightly roasted chickpeas and garlic. It tastes great too. Oh, I'm sure it does. I'm just a lot of work for me. Wegmans is expensive, but their hummus is not very affordable.
Oh.
Yeah, some you gotta find the right things at these places. Sometimes things are expensive, sometimes they're not, but you gotta kind of go through. I always want to just spending more money than I plan to. I'm a creature of habit in the stores I tend to go to.
Mm.
Do jewelry, but I have. Oh, we're talking about the Bantu knots for the jewelry on them.
Oh.
Yeah, they're like the little dangling. She said she had Bantu knots. You know, they have the little
Uh-huh.
dangling jewels. You know that move.
Yes.
You know, I'm a
Hmm.
big fan of putting some crap in my hair that moves. Those little butterfly, you know, those little butterfly clamps. I don't know if you,
Hmm.
yeah, those
Yeah.
will be perfect with being two knots. Ooh, see, I'm already making up a style for you. Cold around December. Talking about in Spain. Cold in December.
Oh.
Starts getting hot around March and April. But this year's been crazy. Ah, well, hopefully you get some good warm weather in. It sucks when summer just passes you by. You're just sitting there waiting.
Hmm.
That would suck. Mm.
Yeah.
Especially since I live in Spanish Africa, so it's supposed to be hotter. I've never heard of Spanish Africa. School me about where that is.
Yeah. Where exactly is that?
Yeah, I'm assuming that's where you have more of an African population in Spain. Is that
Hmm.
like a neighborhood or is no? School me. I'm all for it. Hello, Miss Dee Dee. How are you doing? Everybody says hello. Oh, you're in the Bronx. Okay. Okay. I don't know why I was thinking you're in Texas. I'm like, that don't make sense. She said something about water nearby, so that's what threw me off. Okay.
Yeah. What's the name of that? So there is a beach in the Bronx too. It begins with O. I can't remember the name of it right now. You'll tell me. But yeah, I used to go to Jones Beach in Long Island when I was a child, and I used to love that beach because you had the beach and you had pool
Yeah, the beach and what?
and the pool.
Oh, and oh yeah, yeah. It's always
Hmm.
nice. I like to have access to a beach and a pool because in case you get
Hmm.
tired of the sand, go
Hmm.
swim in the pool.
Yeah.
Although I don't like to get my hair wet and get my face into chlorine though. Cherie is done with Tar and reading The Cartel. That sounds spicy. Let me check this series. Just gonna look at the series. Two small towns in North Africa, so in the African continent that belonged. Oh, see, I'm thinking you were in
Oh,
Spain. Okay, my bad. Okay, okay. So Spanish colonialism in Africa is that what we're talking
okay.
about? Okay, that's completely different than what I was thinking. Okay, well, that's interesting. Okay, so do you speak? Well, I guess you probably speak a few different things then, huh? Huh. See, that's diversity for you right there. Mediterranean, South Asian, North African restaurants will have fresh hummus. You don't have to make it yourself. I just know people who grew up with fresh hummus say Sabra tastes like plastic. Yeah, that's probably that Americanized
Hmm.
commercial version that
Yeah,
we're all
yeah,
used to. Yeah. It's
yeah.
probably
Hmm.
like when you go for Mexican food and Tex-Mex, they taste the same. I find
Hmm.
personally when I go to a legit Mexican restaurant, I don't like it as much as Tex-Mex because I'm so used to all the oils and all the fats and all that stuff they do at Tex-Mex. So it's so strange.
Mm.
Yeah, he is closer to Africa. Okay, see, learn something new. Nothing like them. Directly with Morocco, 15 minutes away from it. Oh,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
okay. Learn something new.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, welcome from all the way over there.
Orchard Beach, thank you. Orchard Beach.
Never
Hmm.
been there.
That's a beach in supposed to be nice in the Bronx.
Yeah, Lucy's thought the same thing. Orchard Beach. Okay. And you have waves, sand, like a beach, right?
Hmm.
Okay. But do people go swimming? Like
Yeah, people
swimming?
people go swimming there. It's not a place I've ever been because I grew up going to Jones Beach. That's where my father would drive us.
When would it be warm enough for you to legit feel like it's comfortable to go in the water?
I don't know. I just got used to it. I just always thought that's the way the water was supposed to be.
So you would go in June? That'd be warm enough?
Um, we would go July, August.
Okay.
That's when we would go.
That's probably like me because the water's still too cold. I think probably mid to end July up here would probably be warm enough for me. Definitely by August.
And then remember, in June in New York, we still had school.
Yeah, that's true. So you didn't
So
venture out anyway.
school
Yeah.
literally ended last week. For those of you who do not live in New York State,
Wow,
school ended literally last week on the 26th.
that's
So,
crazy.
and I remember getting out of school on the 28th, depending on how the calendar. Then while my cousins that lived in South Carolina, they've been out of school.
So when do you go back if y'all get out? Basically the end of June. Is it end of September?
We would when I was going to school, it was the day after Labor Day. The
Ah,
teachers would be in there the week before, and then we would start the day after Labor Day.
that only gives you like a week difference from people. Like we used to, and we would go back like right around the end of August. So that only gives you a week difference generally from going back from, I would think most people go back August, early September. I'm glad I didn't go there. Man. Oh,
But then
Southern.
city, you always have the Jewish holidays off. So the Jewish
Yeah,
holidays would be in September and October. So because of the holidays, which you don't get in a lot of
that's true. You probably
it
have more
balances itself out, believe me.
time. Okay. As long as y'all enjoy time, you're in school. So
Hmm.
yeah. They probably, I don't know. These days I feel like they celebrate so many different things. I don't even know what the kids are doing
Hmm.
these days. I'm from Canada. Hello, Mr. Gary. How are you doing? Part of the Long Island Sound.
Yeah.
No, I was wrong. You're on the whole other continent. We're trying to figure out where Ricardo is. Official
Hmm.
language is Spanish, but people speak Arabic, French, and Daraha, Moroccan dialect from two Spanish towns in Africa. Huh. Diverse area. I like as much as possible, but it hasn't been hot long enough. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Hmm.
I mean, I enjoy still going to the beach. If I get an opportunity, I'll go, but I don't have to get in the water. I'll get my feet wet and sit on the shore. But yeah, I'm not
Hmm.
going to be all up in there.
I've never been to the Jersey Shore.
I mean, it's nice. It has its moments. Like I said, people get real snooty about the different beaches. It's all the same water. It just goes along the coast. But
Yeah.
but you know what's crazy is that some of the beaches they make you go to Mother Nature. I have problems with that. And when I hang with some of my friends, they always are like some places. So you know what? I'm gonna go with the friends that like to go to the free beach. AC is free. And it's the
Hmm.
closest. 45, let's just give it an hour, 55 minutes. I can be in
Hmm.
AC. Whereas I gotta drive like an hour and a half or whatever to some of these other places.
Hmm.
And still gotta pay like $12, like to go $10, $12. No, no, no. Some will give you a military discount where you
Hmm.
don't have to pay. If you go to a station, like they'll have little control stations, but you have
Hmm.
to go over there first and get a ticket. But then some don't. So it's like you don't even know. I'm just like, this is team too much. I
Hmm.
don't like it. Yeah. So I like AC. It's quick, it's simple, and it's fun. I don't mind seeing some of the sketch people around too either.
To me, this it's like being at home in New York
Yeah.
City. So.
Ulysses, make sure you get out and enjoy some of the sun, if not the water. Okay.
Hmm.
They don't open the pools until school is out, and they're
That's
strict
right,
about letting teens at the
because
beaches.
they
Oh yeah,
know.
yeah.
Hmm.
There ain't no trouble coming. I didn't see. I'm a whole old adult, so I don't even think about things like that. But I never stayed like near water. Like we always had to drive. It was something you drove to, and the
Hmm.
pools we didn't go till later in the year anyway, if we could even go at all. So
Hmm.
We had like one neighborhood pool, and I think it closed down when I got to being a teen. So you want some water, you better spray yourself with a water hose in the backyard. That's what my mom used to do when we were younger. We would be like, we don't have a pool. She'd either buy one of them little kiddie pools or just, hey, put on your bathing suit and spray us with the water hose. We had fun. Slip and slide. Man,
Mhm,
that was a day.
mhm. Those are the
Mm-mm.
days. Yeah.
Now you cannot pay me to just run and flop myself on the ground and slide
No, I
across
might
the
not get up.
I know. I gotta work the next day.
Mhm. Right. Why are you walking so slow? Mind your business.
Happy reading 2 books. I want to finish today. I'm going to take off. Hit the like button. Well, thank you very much, Miss Mary, for coming by. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know we've been talking a minute. We're gonna finish these and we have a 30-minute sprint. Then we're gonna get out of here. Okay. I need to be in the water. Yeah, I like water too, for sure. Orchard Beach, you have to pay for parking, but if you walk over or take the bus, it's free. Yeah, generally you have to pay for parking unless you can find something in the residential neighborhoods. Jersey's
Mhm.
just all congested when you go to the shore. But yeah, I hate that you got to pay for a lot of the beaches. To me, I feel like it's Mother Nature. Why are we paying to get onto the beach? And you
Mhm.
definitely aren't driving on any of the beaches unless you're like the cops in their little ATVs.
Mhm.
Oh, trying to open a beach in Manhattan. I can't imagine where that would be, but I don't live there. Huh.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Andrew's
No.
like, ain't going
Yeah,
there.
I know that, and I mean they've actually opened up a small beach, so it's a man-made beach. Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Tell
On
to just do the
On
pool.
the Hudson River, and I'm like, yeah,
Ew.
no.
No, no. You said Hudson, and I'm like, nah.
You know what the Hudson River looks like? No.
Oh no. Something, some bodies or something wash up while you're trying to swim.
Mm-hmm.
But if
No.
that's a
Mm-mm.
river, I guess you can because we have this place out here called Atzian Lake, and it's like it looks like the beach, like you have the sand. They treat it as a beach, but it's a calm lake. There's no waves, but the you get in it and your suit turns like a little reddish brown color because the water is like a tea color, like burgundy, because of the cedar trees or whatever around.
Okay.
So it's kind of odd, and it's cold by the way, but it's just kind of
Mhm.
odd to be swimming in basically. I mean, it's a lake. They come in different colors, but it's like
Mhm.
a tea, like a reddish tea. But yeah, you come back and everything's all discolored. But you know, they call it a beach, so I don't know.
Mhm.
That's kind of odd. But it's not like a waterway though.
Yeah, I like
Um,
kids that got lakes.
yeah, you got to be particular about some of them.
Mm-hmm.
They make me laugh. Well, I am happy I provide some comedy.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's get to this last sprint I've been talking about for 30 minutes. Okay, we're going to sprint and read and then get out of here. Okay, as close to 11 as possible. Okay, happy reading, y'all. See you on 30. Hello, hello. Ooh, oh, well, there we go. I thought it wasn't going to come up. How was that sprint for you? Hopefully, ooh, let me pause this little thing. I got this other sprint. I saw Alicia was sprinting, so I was over saying hi on the other tab. So I got a few pages read, and I got my next diamond painting kind of set up a little bit. So I was doing a hodgepodge of a few different things on this thing. But I think it's interesting. I'm in my book, right? And I'm like, who sets up somebody that they're seeing with somebody, like with a friend of theirs, just because they like them? Like, it's no way. It's no way. I guess rules apply differently to famous people. But anyway, how did your reading go?
Good. There's been a development. We're at
Ooh.
82%.
Oh, ooh, you're towards the end. Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's a development that happened.
A
Part
new
of,
one?
part of which I was not surprised about. But we'll see what happens. What's going to be the end goal? Because they need to solve it.
Okay, okay.
Someone's trying to cause trouble for them. So
It's always somebody trying to cause some trouble, right? How
mhm.
long does it take before like the action, get to in the book?
Oh, look, there's actions. There's different types of action. So
Sexy time
the
before she
male, so
gets it.
the male, one of the male MCs is running for senator,
Mhm.
and the other one is a retired professional football player. So you can only imagine he's running for senator, and something happens. So yeah,
Yeah. People
it's
trying
coming. It's coming to a head right now.
okay. I can imagine some stuff. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. How far do you get into it before like the sexy time starts? Like do you
Um,
get pretty far into the book before
I
anything
was.
with him?
It was like 10%. I think
Oh,
10
oh,
11%. Yeah,
oh, that's jump
it's
off
hot
the gate.
right off the gate.
Oh, okay. I like
Oh,
a book that don't mess around, okay? As long as you have plot with it, okay? Like I
mhm.
like see that's the thing.
And
I
that's what I like about. It's not just about the
yeah,
sex. It's so much more than that, and that's what I said in my review of the first book.
yeah.
So
All
yeah.
right. Yeah, as long as
Hmm.
it's well done. I was watching this TikTok or IG or something the other day talking about it's fantasy. It don't have to make sense or whatever. No, no, no. It's fantasy. What do you mean it's unrealistic? And I'm
Right.
like, there's a certain amount of realism in the unrealistic that I expect. Like I like a
Hmm.
flow that happens, like just don't have something just come out of the blue and don't make sense. Like within the
Hmm.
context of have it flow. Like I recently read a book about uh, um, um, the book The Bride. I posted about it yesterday, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so it's a shapeshifter book,
Hmm.
right? Okay, fine, whatever, right? I like those, whatever. But the guy is like the leader of the pack. He's like smart. He's an architect. He flies a plane, but he doesn't really know how to operate a computer or a cell phone. That don't make sense to me. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. Yeah, it's just
Okay.
yeah. I'm like that don't make sense. Okay, like
Hmm.
I I didn't worry the fact that he's kind of like the alpha guy. Like think of 50 Shades of Grey, right? You have Christian Grey.
Hmm.
Grey is like this young, what is he, 25, 26, whatever. He's a
Yeah.
young,
Hmm.
self-made billionaire that
Hmm.
I guess he comes from money, but not like that money. He is smart. He's sexy. He has this tech company, or whatever, bills, whatever. He's really good
Hmm.
at business, and he has all these BDSM things that he somehow finds time for, and he flies planes. Like he's
Hmm.
and he plays piano and then he can sing. Like he's any and everything. He's omnipresence Renaissance man.
Right.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm gonna buy it. Okay, I'm not going to call attention to that. But if you said, hey, well, he doesn't know how to use a computer or a cell phone, okay, that's where you got me right there. You know?
That makes no sense.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where I'm at when it comes to the unrealism in a book.
Mm-hmm.
I could buy all the other stuff, but have it make sense. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress. Oh, let's see. Let's get through these comments. Lakes are weird because there's no salt. Yeah, but I wouldn't be trying to put
Mhm.
any of that in my mouth. Ocean or salt. I don't know which is better. What do you think? The
Ocean.
the lakes with the stagnant water or the ocean with any and everything in it?
Ocean, because it's still natural. It's
Yeah. Well, are
still
lakes
natural.
natural? They're too. They're standing water that just keeps contributing. I don't know. I just don't know which is better or which is worse. Because with the
Hmm.
ocean, you have the constant influx of new things and it churns itself and stuff. Whereas a lake is just sitting there festering. All it's doing is just getting excess things it's leaching from the environment and Mother Nature dumping more water into it. I don't know.
Well, I'll just flip it. What is the air?
That's true. That's a whole nother thing. The air to me is almost like the ocean. It's this constant
Exactly.
thing that things are being added to it. So I don't
Exactly.
know.
And if
Yeah.
we didn't know that before, we definitely knew that with COVID, right? So.
Woo, facts. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know. I would say just regardless of which one you're in, just try to keep your mouth closed as much as possible and hope for the best. Okay.
Yeah, I hope for
I
the
know some
best.
people that just don't dick around with water, period. They'll go
Hmm.
near it, but they're not getting in it. My sister will take a cruise in a heartbeat. She just got off the boat. She messaged just an hour ago. She gets her feet in, and that's as far as she goes.
Yeah, I can't wait to do another cruise. I did a Mediterranean cruise and it was wonderful. Flew um to Spain and got got on the cruise and went to the Vatican and some other places. It was wonderful.
Oh, that ought to be cool. I've never done
Mhm.
that. How many days? Normally those are like longer, right? 12 days,
It
something
was
like that.
like it was like no, this one was like 8 days. But
Oh,
I knew some people who they were on the same ship as me, and what they did is that they were there for like 2 or 3 days beforehand and 2 or 3 afterwards. And I said, I wish I would have done that to you know get to know the environment more.
yeah.
Um, so yeah.
That makes sense if you're flying over there to stay a little bit longer. That's what I
Mhm.
do. Like generally, I don't know, it's been a minute since I take a cruise, but if I'm not taking a cruise from like near where I'm at, if I'm flying in, I like to have like a day or two. That way you can kind of explore the area. Because otherwise it's
Mhm.
an expensive transportation, you know. Yeah, but the further you out, like if you leave from where the cruise originates, if it's already out there, it's like taking a cruise in the Caribbean. If the further out, like if you take a cruise from Puerto Rico, it's already
Mhm.
out in the Caribbean. So you have more destinations you can go versus like Miami or New York or something because you're not having travel time. That ought to have
Yeah.
been really cool. I haven't been out on a Mediterranean cruise. I've always just done the Caribbean. I'm a creature of habit. Haven't you noticed that? But that
Yeah.
would have been fun.
I need to go to more Caribbean areas
Oh,
too.
yeah, it's kind of nice. Once you do a few cruises, like when it comes to Caribbean, like beach stuff, then at some point you just want to just kind of go there and just sit on the beach versus taking a cruise there. That's kind of
Mhm.
where we're at with the amount of money that we have to spend to get out there. Then I
Mhm.
would rather just, you know, just buy a beach vacation instead of because you'd have to leave like go to Miami. I guess you can take
Mhm.
cruises from New York City or you can
Or
take
you can
Bayonne,
leave
New
from
Jersey.
Jersey too. Hmm.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's an extra price tag in order to do that, you know. And so I'm like, well, if I can find a cheap plane ticket, then why not just spend that extra money instead of it being on like the cruise from further up north here with the
Hmm.
extra amount of money, just spend it and just fly there. And then that way you can spend more time. But I think cruises are great because you can explore like different places to be like, hey, now I'm gonna stay. So it's
Hmm.
always nice.
Yeah.
Hello, Miss Shauna. How are you doing today? Pop in and say hi, hit the like button. Much appreciated. Much appreciated there. Hey Kay, how are you doing, Miss Christina? What's going on?
Hi.
How many cups of tea have you had? Not tea, coffee. I forgot your coffee. You've probably had a few because we are in the, I guess it's afternoon now. It's 12:06 over here.
I've been
There we go.
drinking my water.
There we, there we go. Hydrate. Where's my handle water bottle? Oh, I don't know what I did with my drink. Say, Christine, how you doing? Good morning. Overslept. Oh, hey, you know what? You might need that rest.
You
You've
needed
had
it. Your
a few
body needed
weeks.
it. Trust me.
Exactly.
It's all right.
I
Your
think with
body
the
will
weather
let you
change,
know. Your body will let you know.
facts, facts, facts. Christina says hello to everybody. Say Shauna. Morning, Ulysses. Trying to get the last time I lied done today for the camp nightmare bingo card or bingo board. Okay. How far are you into it? I'm sure you can get it done. Just devote some time to it. You have all of Sunday. It is early yet, early yet. Although that is the last sprint for us, so it won't be on
Mhm.
this channel. But there are plenty of sprints around. I know books and things with Alicia and Brooklyn, but I'm sure there's some other ones. So don't quote me on just those. Dee Dee says, not everything has to make sense, but the simplest of things does. See, that's a big thing for me. I have had book reviews where I centered on the most smallest things that just kind of killed it or just um, piqued my curiosity. So that's the thing. Everybody takes different things from a book. So,
Mhm.
hey, Asma, how are you doing, lovely person?
Mhm.
What's going on? Lakeshore of standing water, lots of currents in it. See, that's pretty good though. I think that allows things to churn up a little bit more. However, I think it just depends on how you think about it. Because some people say that's a bad thing. But if you want to
Mhm.
go whitewater rafting, yes, you definitely use a current.
Yeah.
Lachette says not the salt for flavor.
Mhm.
That's true. When you have that salt and you start thinking, I don't know, when something's salty and has that flavor like that, I think more about what the hell is in this water.
Mhm.
Lack of salt changes to buoyancy of the water. Hold on. The lack of salt changes to buoyancy of the water. It's a different feeling. You have buoyancy more with salt water, don't you? Yeah.
Mhm.
Affects the lakes too. You get waves. Yep. And you get that turbulence. And then with the water, like well, I guess you have boats and lakes and stuff too. I was just thinking of the runoff from them, but it's just a lot of things in bodies of water. Just overall, just try not to put any in your mouth. And if you do, spit it out. Okay, just be cognizant of that. Huge waves where we are, maybe not the surfing kind, but they do get big. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I haven't really had too many lakes where I get big waves, except for like when the boats come by.
Mhm.
The river flows into the lakes and the cycle continues. So as long as humans stay away from them, they are fairly clean. That's true, because then you just get Mother Nature at its finest with whatever it's doing. I think we as humans probably contaminate it more in the things that we worry about. Unless you have like algae blooms and things like that. That's another thing. But just be cognizant. I will say that if there is an advisory about like bacteria or algae and fungi and things, definitely pay attention, because I work in healthcare and I have definitely seen flesh eating bacteria and it is not fun. Okay. So just pay attention to those things. Because when you're in the water, it seeps into any and every little crevice in your body. That's why I don't trust swim caps, because you're still going to get water up in there. Just be aware. Know where you're going, right? Don't go to some random lake and just get your body in. Okay. I've done that. Don't do that. Lachette says it's harder to float, but easier to swim in lakes. Oh, okay. I'm used to the ocean, so it's always on adjustment. Ooh, I never thought of that before.
Not me
I'm a
neither.
floaty girl myself, okay? Meaning I'm going to buy my flotation device because I don't feel like I float very well at all. So, swimming, lakes are colder though. I will say that. Say, Asthma, Christina, how you doing? Haven't gotten in the river enough to swim yet. Yeah. I tried to swim across the river. Oh no, it was a lake. That didn't go well. I needed a rescue. That was my last experience. Uh, Just got up. First cup. Oh, first cup of coffee. Okay. Well, you got a long day yet. Got to get that book read. Okay. Chapter 10. Okay. Keep going. Keep going. Christina says, thanks for hosting. Hope you have a beautiful day. Awesome. Oh, here we
You
go.
too.
Christina loves to come through with the links. I knew it was going to happen. There we go. Okay. There's Brooklyn. Hold up. Are these the same? No, this isn't the same one. Are you talking about Alicia and Brooklyn? Okay, well, here are two links of people that are sprinting. Okay. Lachette says, I missed out on swimming in the Colorado River last year, but I may go back. Ooh, Coda's in Colorado. You can look him up. Oh, here's Alicia there. Okay, there we go. And we've reached the end of the comments for now. Awesome,
All
awesome.
right.
Thanks. How are you? Awesome. Asma's joining us and we're about to leave. Okay, it's been a good fun time. We're close to 11. That's always a fun time. So, Miss Adrian at Sister Harlem's Library, let us know what you got going on. Make
So
sure
I
you subscribe, by
assume,
the way. Here's Sister
hmm,
Harlem's Library.
yeah, as soon as I finish this book, I'll be typing up what I want to talk about. And the plan is to do a video about the book, the offer, and then put it out. There's a lot of things I can say about this book right now, and I'm not even finished with it. But as I said before, it's more than just about the sex scenes. It's a lot more, which is what I said about the first book. So I'm glad that the series continues in that fashion. But I'm excited about it, and we'll see if I can read any of the tomes I said I was going to read for Tome Topple. I haven't even touched them yet. They're looking at me like, I thought you said you're going to read me.
That's like 2 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it ends in a couple of days, so that's why I'm like,
How
I'll
many are
probably
you
just.
expected to read in that 2 week period? Like,
It's,
realistically,
it's
have
up
they
it's
said?
up it's up to you, but there are some
Okay.
people who, because in the Discord they're like, well, I've already finished 2 books. I'm like, what in the world?
That's audio day and night because I can't see how you can get through that without an audio. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. Everybody reads different. Wow,
Yeah.
that's interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
I look forward to
Hmm.
how many books you finish with Tome Topple. You got time. You got time. Is
Yeah.
this a tome? This isn't a tome, right? The
Oh
author.
no, no. Mm-mm.
Oh,
This is not
okay.
a tome. It's not a tome.
Okay.
I'm reading it on my Kindle, but it's definitely not a tome.
Okay. I was like, whoo, 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 whoo. Hold up. I backtrack here somewhere. Sorry. Kiana says going back to bed. Okay, lady. It's still early for you yet. It's like 9. Well, thank you for
Oh
waking up
yeah.
for us.
Mm-hmm.
uh, Asma says doing okay, taking a chill for the weekend. Hey, that's nothing wrong with that. Brooklyn and oh, it's 2 Brooklyns. Oh, my bad. Okay. There's Brooklyn with a Y and one with an I. I gotta figure out which one I
Oh,
got. Or maybe I have
okay.
both. I was looking at one. I think my Brooklyn is a Y that I was looking at. Lachette's in Arizona. Why was I thinking she was in New York? I thought we were talking about New York. Okay, I'm off. My bad.
She was. She
Maybe you're from
was.
New
But
York.
I was in Arizona. Hmm.
Oh, was. Okay, I get you. Okay. I'm all off. I'm hungry too. Mr. Sprints. Oh, hey, it's okay. I'm around. I won't be around this Tuesday because I have a trip. No, well, I do have a trip, but I'm working because I have this trip. So I won't be around on Tuesday. However, let me double check some stuff. I do have a video coming out on 4th of July. A little simple video in case y'all interested in checking it out. I posted a video yesterday as my May June wrap up if you're interested in that. Um, what's today? Where am I at? Hold up. That's June. Oh my God. I'm sitting there like, hold up, that's not right. Um, okay, yes. So 4th of July I should have a video coming out, and I won't be sprinting on Sunday because I'll be out of town coming back. So Tuesday will be the next sprint day. Not this Tuesday on the 9th, okay? Then read. It was good seeing you guys. Always a good time.
Just
Always a
seeing you
good time.
too.
I really do wish I could get more time in my days. I know, right? Add more time. But then I love to sleep too, so I don't know. The
So
author.
the first book is The Oath by T.M. Richardson, and then the second book is The Offer.
The sequence duet thus far, but maybe
Mm-hmm.
a trilogy at some point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
The Bronx. I visited Arizona and missed out on swimming. Okay, that's why I was confused at. Okay, there we go. No, you're good. I just. Okay, well, that would be cool. Maybe you go back. That would be a fun time. I love new experiences. That should be fun. I've not been to Colorado, but thought it would be
Yeah.
interesting. Or Arizona either. At one point, I wanted to move to Phoenix, Arizona, because I heard it was really, really pretty. I had a coworker that she went down there somewhere and she was hiking and she was talking about somewhere in the mountains near Arizona. She was able to hike through like a river. It was part of the trail. And she was like, within
Oh.
5 minutes of getting off of like through the river, just walk through. She just held her pack above her head. She
Mm-hmm.
was like, I was completely dry. I don't know. I became enamored right after that, though. Anyway, fun times out in that neck of the woods in the, what was that? Does that be like Central West, I guess? Would that be?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Christina says, son just finished his last book for Tar. I love how you are having the family in on Tar. So that is awesome. Awesome. Lots of traveling for y'all. He did not get any sightseeing, but I got all 10 legs done. That's awesome. Well, tell him
Good.
congratulations. Okay, do something
Good.
special for him. Oh, see, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Lachette says that's awesome too. Colorado is drying up. I have heard that. I heard that
Oh, that's
overall we're having a drought across the US. I've heard that a lot. Well, that's it. That is it for here. Make sure y'all check out the different booktubers in the chats. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you look at some content. And I will see y'all around booktube. Okay. Have a lovely 4th of July if you celebrate. If not, enjoy the day off. If it is celebrated, enjoy